Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Friday, April 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 77. Coming up on OTB, Ben Mintz joins the show at 7:15, and we talk to David Dellucci of the SEC Network at 8 a.m. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. OTB, Friday, April 21st, 4/21, 2023. OTB, T-Bob, Jake, Taylor, Mario, hanging out with you today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Baton Rouge has decided to just start just spitting everywhere after the beautiful spring weather we've had all week. Bit of a rainy morning this morning, so be safe getting to work and everything. But yeah, man, you're going to be inside your car, inside your office. Why don't you come hang out with us till 10 a.m.? You can hang out on the radio, or if you want to talk to us, get involved, youtube.com/1045ESPN. Hit the like button. Mario laid out some of the show. We're also going to have our guy Aaron Murray coming by the studio at some point at this time. Jake works for them at Sirius. We do snaps together, and he's actually in town to call that spring game for ESPN this Saturday. It's going to be a fun show. Rivers is back, first time in a couple weeks. Champaign will be opened up in hour number 3. So look forward to that. What's up? How's everyone feeling today? I feel great. Feel absolutely fantastic. Jake, what about you?
All good. Weather's a little icky.
Yep.
Took a little bit to get here. The 12-passenger van, it doesn't glide in the rain. It takes a little bit longer to get to work when it's raining.
It's
in
just
Old Pearl.
slower in the rain?
Well, you got to be careful.
Yeah, you don't
want
want to
It's real top heavy.
Yeah, true.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird setup, and so you got to kind of putt along. So it takes you a little bit longer. And I guess Katie was listening to our show in the van yesterday, and I heard some interesting ESPN national radios. Like, man, this is what y'all really talk about. But they talked about it for about 17 minutes.
What were they talking about?
Just NBA fouls and how
Draymond
it's
Green
affecting.
stomping Sabonis?
Yes,
Still?
Yeah, because
joking.
it started with a James Harden discussion because he got kicked out last night, but it quickly found its way back to Draymond Green.
Yeah. Workout James Harden, though. As a man who we clowned a lot, has kind of continued to, not revolutionize, to rebrand. You all get it, right? We all thought James Harden sucked and was toxic and a cancer and was washed, and now he's like, no, I'm actually a really good team player. I'm going to lead the NBA in assists, and now I have my Sixers up 3-0 in a playoff series. So good on you, James. I love seeing a transformation of an athlete. Later on, we'll talk NBA playoffs as well as some interesting NBA draft changes that just came out in the new CBA. But let's start. Look, we're probably going to be really heavy on baseball for a lot of today, and obviously some football as well. The spring round in the corner. But LSU getting ready to take on the 3-12 in the SEC Ole Miss Rebels in Oxford. And let's be clear about this before we talk about who they have been this year. LSU owes Ole Miss, okay? If you just look at how this series has gone recently, Ole Miss has won 4 games in a row again. So they swept you last year in Baton Rouge. Overall, they've won 3 of the last 4 series against you. Mike Bianco just passed Skip Bertman on the all-time wins list for number 2 behind Ron Polk, okay? So screw you, Ole Miss. It's time to get a little taste of your own medicine. You suck this year. Like Skeen said yesterday, no beer showers this weekend. Tigers going to Oxford on a mission to kill and to smash. And they should, because this is a bad Ole Miss baseball team.
You need to do it, and they're over there saying, hey, we got to get going. Who better to get going against than the number 1 team in the country? They're coming to our place. All of those narratives are going on over there, but you can't allow that to affect you because you're better.
Yeah.
You're better. Even with the injuries that you've had, you are the better baseball team, so you have to go out there. You have to treat it as such. You've gone through a very hard road to be in the position that you're in. and you still have your head well above water as you're the number one team in the country.
Yeah.
So we started to talk about it a couple of weeks ago because we knew this was coming. Take advantage of it. Like, minimum in all these series should be 2 games. Like, that should be the minimum.
Like, yeah, you can't lose series. There's no excuse.
Sweeping in the SEC is
hand waving it away.
Yeah, and sweeping in the SEC, that's something that's hard to say, even if it's a real possibility. But you have to win 2 of these games because you feel all good about Paul Skeens and his start. What are you going to get in game 2? What are you going to get in game 3? Because right now, with the way that your pitching is, and you haven't figured it out yet, I don't think you can expect sweeps. I think 2 of 3 is where you live, and then if you get that sweep, then that's obviously laying you up on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, but I'm so hyped up and I'm so angry about last year's series and getting swept in Baton Rouge, and Paul Skeens is such an automatic win in game 1 that you better sweep their ass in Oxford this weekend. Do not allow this to be a Texas A&M football situation, right? Where Texas A&M was dead in the water, a year in which they entered with so much promise, had completely fallen apart. They were ready to gas their last breath. You could have put your foot on their throat and crushed them, and instead you gave them some modicum of life, right? You gave them some positive takeaway from that season. Do not allow your hated rival Ole Miss to do the same. Step on their throats, crush the life out of them, and end their season early if it's, well, not already over. And look, when you look at Ole Miss statistically, they just don't do anything well. I mean, I would say they don't do anything well. Overall, on the year, they're actually first in the SEC in fielding percentage. But if you look at just conference play, they're like middle of the pack. Their bats are okay.
Lowest on base percentage.
Yeah. So, okay, that's what I should say. Their bats are okay from an average standpoint, but they're not doing a great job of pushing those runs across the plate, right? As if you just look at conference play, 244 in conference play. But, I mean, looking at just conference play is a bit of a tough road for Ole Miss given the competition that they've played. Now, it does work in this context because LSU's also played a lot of that same tough competition. But, second to last in runs scored in those 15 SEC games, having scored just 73. And for reference, LSU's third at 120, Vanderbilt's first at 147, doubling up what Ole Miss has produced this year. So they're not scoring a ton in conference, and they just don't have any arms. They're just not pitching well. Now, they will be getting back their best arm in Hunter Elliott, their ace. They have not seen him since the very first game of the year, Jake. You want to talk about a harbinger of things to come. Elliott gets to start against Delaware. He ends up leaving the game with 4 untitled. What do you know? It's a UCL sprain. He's been rehabbing for the last few months, slowly but surely building back. And at first, Mike Bianco said he hoped to have him in some capacity for this weekend series. And although I couldn't find exactly what the plan for him is, the Ole Miss baseball site says you will see him Saturday. I cannot fathom, though, that you would go from not having pitched in a game to more than an inning. Like maybe it's like a Javen Coleman situation where Elliott gives you 1 inning on Saturday as a starter, since they're already talking about that being like, I would say that he'd give you an inning out the pen at some point this weekend, but if they're already pointing towards Saturday, maybe they want to get him back into that starting role by giving him 3, 4, however many batters to work with in game number 2.
It could be, since it's not season ending, it's not something he's coming back from a year ago, and it is within this same season. It has been a while. Maybe it's, 30 pitches.
Yeah.
And how long is 30 pitches? It could be 3 innings. It could be 1 inning. You never know. So it's probably going to be more of a pitch count there. And if I'm Ole Miss, I'm not using him in the first game of the series either. Like, if he is my ace, even if he's giving me 30 pitches, I'm not going 1 for 1 with Paul Skeens. Right, I'm going to try to get one of those second or third games, knowing where LSU's at pitching-wise as well.
Yeah, do not try to square up with Paul Skeens. We'll talk about it because ESPN.com, you linked it in the document, Jake, has a really great article with a college baseball roundtable, and there's just LSU talk littered throughout. It's kind of a check-in halfway through the season. Where are we at? What are the thoughts? And again, it's just really hard to overstate how statistically amazing the combination of Skeens Cruz is. And we'll get into it further. But Paul Skeens right now leading the nation in strikeouts by 21. The only player who is over 100 Ks on the year thus far. So do not miss tonight. If you're only going to watch like one game this weekend, you have to watch the game in which Paul Skeens is on the mound while you have 5 weeks left, right? You have 5, well, and then, playoffs. But 5 more regular season guaranteed chances to watch this man throw. Take advantage of them.
And he should be fully ready to go. Didn't have to labor in his last start. He has the huge lead, and he talked about it. I just went out there, and I was pitching. And, you're a little bit more free, obviously, when you have a lead like that. You don't have to pinpoint every single pitch. And still, he struck out a career high, I believe it was, even though he did give up some runs. And so if that's him not having to tax, well, this Ole Miss team, if he does, that's going to be a good thing for LSU.
Yeah, no beer showers, boys. All right, when we get back, let's talk to the bastard himself, Ben Mintz, Ole Miss scum, coming up next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Look, whether you are looking to buy new, used, rent, whatever, it's all there for you at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. They're the absolute best, man. And really it comes down to the people, right? Like that is where they're going to separate, whether it's Tommy Wagasback's crew in the service department, or Aaron Piku's throughout the sales, Lisa Sessions in the rentals. Like just everybody you deal with has your best interests at heart, and they are trying to find the answers for you and your family. You will be satisfied when you get your next vehicle, and not just in the vehicle you get, but in the actual ownership process, right? The purchase, how they take care of you. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
I mean, like T-Bob tells you all the time, you can do it right there on the website if you want to. Now, we're a little bit old school. We like to go in, but it's up to you. They're going to make it as easy as possible for you, right? Go check out the full fleet. It's all there off Airline Highway, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $15,000 off all new 2022 1500 SCA trucks. And all new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Each year, Guarantee Media hosts a radiothon to benefit Dreams Come True, the local organization that grants dreams to Louisiana kids suffering life-threatening illnesses and their families. We've interviewed these incredible kids, and their stories warm our hearts. And none of it would be possible without your help. So we're asking for your support in our effort to making more dreams come true. Each year, our Dreams Come True radiothon is powered by the Baton Rouge Clinic. Visit GuaranteeMedia.com to pledge your support today, and thank you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart...
Brian Kelly and the LSU Tigers wrap up spring practice with the 2023 National L Club Spring Game. Our coverage starts Saturday at 1 p.m. right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I thought the hands of time would change me, and I'd be over this by now. Yeah, it's been too long since we got crazy. I'm lucky spinning out. I'm counting down to Friday.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening? Welcome back to OTB, and it's time to talk to the scum of the earth, the man who claims to be Louisiana yet reps the powder blue. He's trying to do a morning show now. I'm sick of it. Ben Mintz, what's up, you bum?
I mean, I guess good morning, T-Bob. Damn, I thought I was going to be happy to come back on OTB after I hadn't been on in a while. But
no, not this weekend. Not this weekend. Throw all the loyalties out the door. I don't care that you were our original gambling degenerate a few years ago. I don't care that we've always had a very positive relationship and love doing radio together. For this week, it's F-Ole Miss, okay? F-Ole Miss from top to bottom, sweep incoming. I cannot wait to drink those Oxfordian tears this weekend.
Oh, man. Well, I am excited. Hunter Elliott, Ole Miss's ace lefty, has been out at the beginning of the year. Is going to pitch on Saturday. So that gives me some hope for Saturday for Ole Miss. But obviously has not been the best season so far for the Rebels. But what can you really say after last year, the national championship versus school history? I mean, I'm still, super plugged in and care and all, but I'm definitely not going to be panicking, saying anything like I've said before about it. I mean, you won a national championship. We're in the grace period. Ole Miss has had a lot of Elliott being out has really hurt the pitching staff. Two of the best bullpen arms have been out. But, I mean, I know I'm making a lot of excuses. Ole Miss is still 3-12 in the SEC, and you are what your record says you are. They've got a good lineup. I still like the bats. The pitching depth has been real rough, and they're young.
I feel that what you're talking about here, because we lived through it, right? We saw LSU win a football national championship to go 5-5 the next year. And while there's frustration, it is not a burn it all down anger, right? Because you're still basking in the afterglow. I know you've been out to the ballpark. What's been the environment, right? Are people basking to the point where they're like, we're still going to go and get crazy? Or are they basking to the point where you know what? We're happy, but I don't know that I'm going to go to the game this weekend because it's just not been good this year.
Well, this weekend's going to be supercharged because it's, it's LSU. I mean, you said the other side of it. I mean, the Ole Miss side of the Ole Miss LSU. I mean, I feel like it means more to the Ole Miss side than it does the LSU on this. I guess if you call it rivalry or whatever, but Ole Miss LSU has so much history, and Ole Miss fans live to hate and beat LSU. So I think the atmosphere is going to be great. There's also a 2-night first. So kind of remember last year in Tiger Stadium when Garth Brooks played, how big that was. Morgan Wallen's playing a 2-night concert at Vaught Hemingway this weekend.
Damn.
It's going to have 70,000 people at it. So this is going to be a literally insane weekend in Oxford, Mississippi with that in the LSU series. I think the atmosphere is going to be supercharged. I think Ole Miss is going to get one, but I don't know. As far as I think LSU is probably going to be better.
Mincy, you in that number? You going to be in Oxford this weekend?
I'm not. So we're sponsoring. Barstool sponsoring the PGA Zurich over in Nola.
Yeah.
So I'll be seeing your boss, Gordy Rush, as we're going to run around here. But since we're sponsoring the PGA Zurich, I'm here in New Orleans all weekend dealing with that, which is a lot of fun. I don't know if y'all been out to Zurich, but good vibe. It's kind of got that diet waste management, fun party fun party vibe, and so I'm kind of out here doing that all weekend.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I saw Gordy Rush. So tell him we said hello.
Hey, how about Mincy? How was it? I did see on Insta that you got to. Did you get the caddy for Chris Berman?
So I caddied for Peter Burns of SEC Network, who's Hester's good close friend. I actually know through Hester, so I appreciate that. And but anyway, apparently, so Chris Berman played with Sean Payton last year, and they won it. And Sean Payton couldn't make it this year because I guess he lives in Denver now.
Mm-hmm.
And Peter Burns got the last minute invite and invited me to be his caddy, and I got to meet Berman. So that was it was super cool. So I told Peter Burns, I'm high, anytime he needs a favor, he's high up on my list for that one.
I mean, we all watched NFL primetime growing up. I mean, that was an absolute staple. I would have to be that annoying guy. He would have to sing San Diego Superchargers to me. Like, I would be annoying.
Oh, I love the San Diego Superchargers.
Until he did it for me. So I have to imagine that was pretty cool for you, Mincy.
Yeah, it was incredible. And it's funny, the Barstool thing, you never know what you're going to do day to day. But the meeting Berman was totally a thrill. And, I was super pumped about it. Feels weird now that I guess I'm not competing against y'all because it's a little different, but it feels weird having a morning show at the same time y'all are airing now. I got to tell you that.
Yeah, so I do want to talk about Wake Up Mincy, man. How's it going? It seems pretty cool. For those that maybe don't know about it yet, tell them like kind of where they can find it and what it is.
Yeah, and obviously all you OTB listeners, feel free to just wait till OTB's over and go back and listen on YouTube. We have no problem with that. But no, it's 8 to 8:30 a.m. Central, Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube. And it's just interesting, T-Bob and Jacob, because y'all do radio, and I used to too, how different it is doing a 30-minute, 3-day-a-week show than a 3-hour, 5 days.
Yeah.
Because, this is so much more, prepped, and you're packing stuff in, and it's more, shock jock spots and stuff. It's kind of a totally different deal. But I think it's going really well so far. We're doing big numbers. Got Stella Blue and Pardon My Cheesesteak, both Barstool brands, sponsor me, and having, support from Big Cat PFTs really, I'm obviously very lucky to have that. And, it's going great. I think so far so good 2 weeks in, and can't wait to keep it going. I'm doing it from the Boot Crew Media Studio in Uptown New Orleans. I really appreciate them letting me rent this out. And, I'm just in Hester. I got our old Evangel buddy, Tyler Moody's down here producing, and it's been great to have him.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, you brought another 3-1 grader.
Yeah, we got another 3-1 grader. He's loving Uptown New Orleans. I think getting him out of Shreveport and getting him in Uptown NOLA has been a welcome change for him, too, for sure.
Mincy, we did. You're right. I don't think we've publicly talked to you since the Crest City Classic, and I did want to extend a hearty congratulations. We had you in our weekend winners. I know the time was a little off, but look, at the end of the day, you want to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Did I leave it all on the field?" And you left it. You absolutely did that. So that was a race well run, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just dry heaving at the finish line, so you left it all out there when that's going on. But I actually get a second chance at redemption. I'm running the 10K on the Yak next week at Barstool somewhere in New York on Wednesday because I'm going up there for work. And the Big Cat put in a stipulation. I have to run 59 minutes to get his 10. It's 10K from Big Cat and 5K from PFT. I got to run 59 minutes, but I think it's on a track with no run. Because the Crescent City, it was the running around everybody and the traffic on the course is what got me. So I feel like I got a good shot. I've been trying to eat a little healthier and get ready for it.
Oof. Eating healthy, living where you live, that's a challenge.
Well, it's not very easy. It's every week it's the same thing. On Monday, I wake up like we're going to do better this week, and then I do well for like 3 or 4 days. We fall off, and then I wake up on Monday, and it's the same exact cycle every week.
That's just called being, that's just being human. Man.
That's being human. Yeah, that's true. We all do it.
It's a lot of temptation down there in NOLA. So you're going to be at Zurich Classic all weekend, Ben.
Sam Burns. I believe Sam Burns and Horschel are 2 back. There's a big LSU presence out there.
He plays with a Gator, which I always find that interesting. They're boys. I mean, Sammy Burns plays with a Gator. It's okay, though. I mean,
SEC boys.
Yeah, SEC boys.
Look, Sam Burns is not – I mean, they won the Natty when he was in college, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you win the Natty, you don't have to
you have to worry about anybody talking.
Yes, you have the trump card over everybody. Like they have to be worried about playing with you because you clearly were shown to be their superior. Hey, Ben, while we have you here, Lane Kiffin, one of the more interesting stories that I kind of enjoyed over this offseason was Lane being very honest about how he was a little taken aback at some of the reaction to him staying at Ole Miss, right? Because he said, I felt like I was doing the right thing in terms of like, not what I've always done in my career, just looking for like the bigger, better deal. I felt like I was doing the right thing for my family. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, why did Lane lean for Auburn? He's an idiot, blah, blah. What's the kind of scuttlebutt around town when it comes to Lane Kiffin and this Ole Miss football team heading into 2023?
Well, it was just the way it all went down. Look, I actually talked to Lane about this when I was in Oxford and got my little on my recruiting visit. And no, he was saying that, it was a really, he was very honest. He was like, it was a very tough decision, and I get it. I mean, you look at the history of Auburn football and, their resources and money. I mean, that's, Tommy Tuberville left from Ole Miss to go to Auburn 23 years ago in that same situation. And so, I think Lane was a little upset at how much backlash he got from Ole Miss fans because the process did draw out. I mean, it was like, the Ole Miss got gutted by Bama 30-24, could have won that game, and then the lingering Lane to Auburn stuff, might have cost them the next 2 weeks. He got blown out at Arkansas, and it was all anybody could talk about the Egg Bowl week. And so I think there was a little bitterness there with the way it was handled, but I'm kind of more in Lane's camp on this. I mean, I think he did us a big favor staying in Oxford, and that's a big career decision. And Lane didn't grow up in Mississippi, so I'm thrilled he's back. And I think the big thing is, obviously the quarterback room is a lot more full now. Spencer Sanders and Walker Howard. Walker Howard looked really good in the spring game, by the way. And,
so who are they expecting to start there?
My instincts say Sanders because you just don't get a 4-year Big 12 starter for his final year not to start, Yeah. But I think Sanders is going to be the guy this year, and then Walker Howard's going to be the guy for the next because he's only a freshman. I think he's going to be the guy behind him for the next 3 years. Feels like, my instincts say that they, what are you saying about Jackson Dart when you go get a 4-year Big 12 starter and you bring in Walker Howard? It kind of, I'm sure they like him, but that shows they probably didn't have the best faith in him.
No, I think it's shocking that Dart stayed. I guess he has to graduate maybe actually before he can transfer now that
I think it's something to do with
because he already graduated, because he already transferred.
He would have to get a waiver, yeah.
Yeah, waiver, or he could be a graduate transfer still, right? Yeah. Okay, so I guess it does actually make a bit more sense.
But the big thing, too, for Ole Miss is they hired Pete. I know a lot of Bama fans were, happy Pete Golding left. He's obviously from Hammond. But I think he's a huge upgrade for Ole Miss defensive coordinator. I think that was a big problem last year was the defense kind of fell off a little bit. And I think Golding's also an elite recruiter, so I'm excited about that.
Nobody looks more Ole Miss than Pete Golding.
He was married to an Ole Miss girl.
Okay, it tracks.
That makes a lot of sense. Boys, this is a completely random question, but it's one I can't stop thinking about. How do we feel about Phil Longo at Wisconsin?
That is going to be the weirdest thing I've ever
seen.
I'm ready for the Badgers to run the air raid.
I hate it. He got rid of all the fullbacks. I hate it. It's terrible.
Yeah, I agree. I saw that too. And I just where are they going to find the receivers? They usually don't even have. They barely have one that's decent, and they're trying to run the air raid.
We're going to see.
It's going to be an adjustment for them in year one. But, they were so happy with the Fickle hire, though. They can't imagine there's going to be too much pressure on them. But, hey, at least we're talking about football in spring. And then, obviously, LSU's having a great baseball season. I'm going to try to get down there and catch a couple games soon. Because, I'll definitely probably be over there for regional that one.
Mintzy, did it I know that, like you said, this is a year in baseball for Ole Miss fans where it's kind of whatever because you're coming off of a natty, and that is completely understandable. But did how it went down at the Dude last week hurt a little extra?
That was the first thing. I've had that attitude all year where I watch it, follow it, but I don't get mad.
Yes.
And I was mad Saturday because you won the Friday game. Ole Miss hadn't beat Mississippi State in a baseball series since 2014.
What?
That's bad. It's bad.
That's crazy.
State owns them. It's bad, dude. It is bad. And so that was, to have you win game one, start full, and then you're up by one going to the bottom of the ninth, game two, and then you walk the leadoff guy on 4 pitches and just basically hand them the game, and then you lose Sunday. Yeah, it was rough, and that one definitely upset me. I was very happy it wasn't there though. At least had that going for me.
Well, I'm hoping that we can step on your throat this weekend, crush the life out of you, and return the favor for Ole Miss sweeping the Tigers in Baton Rouge last year, Mintzy. But it is great to talk to you again,
with
my
peace
friend.
and love.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah,
no
Paul
fits.
Skeens talking.
But no fits.
I like Skeens running his mouth. It's pretty interesting. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know
like that? He said, I don't think there's going to be many beer showers this weekend. Well, not on Skeens at least. Like there's plenty of opportunity to hit home runs elsewhere, but with Skeens on the mound, he's probably right about that. Hey, if you're going to be out of Zurich, go check out Mintzy this weekend.
Yeah, we're on the
Barstool
ninth hole.
Mintzy. You're on the ninth hole?
Ninth hole chilling. I'll be out there. Ninth hole green, Barstool tent. Come see us.
Hell yeah. And remember, Wake Up Mintzy Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and follow it on
Stu
Instagram as
Feiner
well.
today, too. We're doing Stu Feiner. The people are calling for it. We're doing Feiner Fridays.
God, I would love to get to interview Feiner one day. His energy makes me so happy. It's
we can make that
unmatched.
happen. He'll come on there.
Yeah, we should make it happen. All right, Mintzy, you have a great day, my friend. Have a good show.
Thanks, Mintzy.
At Barstool Mintzy, Ben Mintz, our enemy for this weekend. Bottom line. About to.
I wonder if Mintzy, because the Zurich is a really good time. Flynn and I went a couple of years ago. It is like he'll have fun, but I wonder how much FOMO he has not being in Oxford with a big concert, LSU, because Mintzy doesn't like LSU. He's one of the Ole Miss fans that certainly doesn't care for our Tigers. I think he'd rather be in Ole Miss.
The Morgan Wallen concert is what changes the dynamics here. Even though I don't think he's a particular country music fan, he is a music fan. And isn't Morgan? I mean, I don't know anything about country music. Y'all know that. I spent all morning listening to Studio Ghibli songs.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't Morgan Wallen setting like Spotify records and stuff for like streams and everything?
Well,
not just country,
he's selling out everywhere. Like he's doing football stadiums because he can't fit anybody anywhere else.
Damn.
Like I'm going next month. He sold out Minute Maid Park in Houston.
Wow.
I mean, he's got like 40,000 people at every concert.
Yeah.
So at one point,
that's gonna be
at one point, I think last month he had all 10 of the top 10 on Spotify.
What? It makes me a little concerned here. I haven't heard a single one, which is crazy. I guess I should check it out. Makes me a little concerned here. You know, I don't like all that juice being in the air for this weekend. I would rather a dead environment, but all that means is more pain, more tears, and more opportunities to reap the salt of these sad-ass Ole Miss Rebels. So take care of business, Tigers. Can't wait to watch Skeens just chop you into tiny little pieces tonight. When we get back, let's check in on a nice article that Jake's in here where it was like I talked about. I referenced it early in the show, but a college baseball roundtable looking at the entirety, not just the SEC, the entirety of college baseball and how we're feeling halfway through the season. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, 225-888-8888. You can find Gordon on all social medias at Get Gordon. You call that number, and they're going to get you right, man. They're going to fight for you, okay? The Godfather of NIL is also fighting for these LSU athletes, right? As a great partnership has been born between guys like Mason Smith and Jaden Daniels and Coach Mulkey and the entire LSU women's basketball team. They're all on the G team, okay? So join them. Also, check out all the great content they're doing, man, at Get Gordon on social media. Like I said, check out the Grubbin' with G series where he sits down with Flage, Angel, everybody. It's the best. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys.
Yeah, he certainly stepped up for the NIL situation that we're talking about, and he'll step up for you as well in the courtroom. Go to the website, getgordon.com. I tell you every day you can have a chat on the website right there. Find out what they can handle for you, and always on social media at Get Gordon.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. trust us to keep moving with you. Text TB to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown is back.
Join us on Saturday, April 22nd
at the Ochsner Medical Complex at The Grove. We've got cooking teams of pros and joes serving up their best jambalaya and Cajun Creole dishes, all while helping raise dough for local families battling cancer. Bring the whole family for great food, live tunes, and good times. Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown presented by Ochsner.
Saturday, April 22nd at lunchtime. Help us paddle it forward. For tickets and more information, go to clashofthecooks.com.
All right. Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 7.
For the Friday edition of Handy Time from Rufino's, we get it started at 10 a.m. with Jimmy Ott's Game Time and take you all the way till 1 o'clock. Former LSU pitcher Trey Hodges is with us. We'll be talking about LSU baseball. Handy Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Give me cranked up, Mar. We got to hear the chorus one more time. Man, there you want to talk about the you want to talk about like the ability of music to give you a feeling even if you don't understand the language. Like what John Denver made in the musical notes that he put together for this song, it just speaks to returning home.
Yeah, look, and you got that West
warm
Virginia.
place in your heart.
You got that West Virginia close to you, so it plays even more for you. But I agree with you.
But what's interesting is, I think everybody knows this is very cliche. He didn't even write the song about West Virginia, right? It's actually about the Kentucky Blue Mountains. I can't remember exactly like why it got remade as West Virginia, but whatever. The point is, it just speaks to home. It's like when you hear the love theme from Attack of the Clones, Across the Stars, you immediately, when you hear that Williams hook, you immediately feel longing and a forbidden love. Oof, and listen to this recorder solo.
I love what gets you going musically.
It's just fantastic, dude.
I love the chat. So
Yeah.
uncultured,
You're like,
man.
what in the world? Emil says this is definitely a T-Bob 3 a.m. find.
This is this is from which Studio Ghibli movie is it? Ghibli. I'm sorry, I don't know which one it's supposed to be pronounced. The Cat Returns or the one with the cat man? I can't remember.
Do you think if you don't know how to pronounce it, I'm going to be able to pronounce it?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we got a Genghis situation.
Oh yeah.
Now I will say this.
Qatar.
Quahog.
When I listened to Genghis Khan and the Shaping of the Modern World, the audiobook narrator said Genghis the entire time. So ever since then, I've become a Genghis guy. But I don't think it matters. I think you go either one. So ESPN.com had a great college baseball roundtable where they got all their college baseball writers together. They said, hey, look, we're halfway through the season. Let's chop it up. What are we most excited, or kind of who's been the most surprising teams, players, who's the best, blah, 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 blah. And here's some of the main takeaways for the season, or from the article from me. Jake, I knew offense was up. I didn't quite realize that we had fully hit late 90s status. In fact, right now, college baseball is pacing to break the all-time home runs record for a single season, which, granted, that's a bit of where baseball as a whole has gone, certainly, into the absolute results or whatever they call them, with the kind of feast or famine approach nowadays. But if you just look at just runs per game, your numbers are back there in the late 90s. And it's just kind of crazy because it happened kind of slowly but surely, insidiously over time, right? You had the ultimate low point, which I always think about the UCLA team that won the College World Series at the bigger TD Ameritrade Park, where they were batting 210 as a team and they win it because nobody could hit it out the park. They changed the baseballs, making the stitches a little lower to give a little more carry on them. And the word is that, Ben McDonald's told us he thinks they changed them again. Umpires calling tighter zones this year. But again, we are back to late 90s levels of offensive production.
I'm all for it. I really am. I mean, that's when I fell in love with college baseball. It's when a lot of our listeners fell in love with college baseball. That's what's exciting. You want to see home runs. You want to see the big plays. You want to see offense. Can I appreciate a 2-1 game that's a pitcher's duel? Yeah, I can, but I'd rather see 13-10 with 7 home runs.
Yeah, I think why? I think maybe just the overall offense is better, or why that's a more fun product as a spectator, because a pitcher's duel is great though in its own way. But it's led to a lot of crazy comebacks, which is always exciting. You want to feel like your team always has a chance to win the game. And this season, you feel that because you do. Because the scoring comes in bunches, and it can happen very quickly. By extension, let's again focus on the fact that this all makes what Paul Skeen's doing all the more unbelievable.
Yes.
That
Great
in
point.
this age of the tighter zone and insane home runs and runs, that our guy has over 100-something Ks when it's harder than ever to strike people out. Other takeaways, I did not realize how good freshman Ethan Petrie's been for South Carolina. I knew he'd been great, obviously, right?
I mean, he led them past LSU in that one game.
Yes, exactly. So, we suffered at his hands. I knew he'd been great, but I didn't know it was this good as a true freshman right now. He's first in the SEC in slugging at .906. He's third in batting average at .438. He's second in home runs with 18 of them, second in ribbies with 56 of them. This is a true freshman who is Dylan Cruz's likely his main competition for SEC Player of the Year.
Coming out of high school, it was a big get for South Carolina because South Carolina, obviously, you win back-to-back national championships, and in the last 23 years, they've won the second most games in the SEC, but it hasn't been as of late. So when they got him out of the state of Florida, it was a big get. When you look at, coming out of Florida, I think he was the second-ranked player out of the state, 5th third baseman overall, 31st player in the country. So he was a big-time recruit. So when they got him, it was a big deal. I certainly remember talking about it on air, and he's lived up to it and then some. I mean, to be a freshman, and once you get into SEC play, for them not to figure you out, that's the impressive part. Because if you had a bulk of these numbers when you were playing non-conference, the teams don't know you, they don't do a deep dive, they don't watch as much film. Okay, can you do it in conference play? And he's doing it, and he hasn't even gone down a little bit.
I want to say the article said that some of his stats, I know his slugging's over 1,000 in conference play. So he's actually gotten even better against the best competition. Another takeaway that's kind of LSU-centric here, a lot of talk that Dylan Crews and Paul Skeens could go 1 and 2 in the draft, which I didn't realize has never been done before in college baseball history. And again, as we focus on these final 5 weeks, this latter half of the season, appreciate what you're witnessing. Dylan Crews, 10 more runs. He scored 10 more runs than anyone in the country. His batting average is 25 points higher than anyone in the country. Paul Skeens has 21 more strikeouts than anyone in the country. Enjoy it. Watch it. Love it. Savor it.
It's remarkable. And if they do go 1-2 overall, that's going to be something that LSU is going to be able to use for a very, very long time in recruiting. And they might be able to use it forever because I don't know if it's going to happen again. Think of any great teams we've had in college baseball that have had 2 studs, one on the mound, one in the lineup, both in the lineup, both in the mound, whatever it might be, and to go 1-2. And who knows, obviously, like the bonus and who's willing to accept what kind of plays a factor into it in the baseball side of things. But still, I mean, you're talking about these 2 players being that dominant, one in your lineup, one on the mound. It's what makes LSU special, and it's what's going to give them a chance in every single game.
Now, the other major takeaway we'll get to next, because there's a great power lurking out there, and it's actually not in the SEC. Coming up next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
DGBauto.com. That's for Donaldson Glass and Body, who is my favorite car shop, man, where you need tires, wheels, brakes, glass, collision repair. Free pickup and drop-off collision repair on your collision repair. How do you do that? Because you have a great tow truck. Well, remember, also 24/7 emergency towing available from your friends there at Donaldson Glass and Body. And look, man, they started by just fixing windshield shape back in 1977. We've all got cracked windshields. They still are the best. Donaldson Glass and Body.
DGBauto.com. And look, we all do. We all have them. We all have crack. You can go get it brand new, and in a week here in Louisiana, it's going to have a crack in it. That's just the way it goes. But it's okay because you can get it fixed at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. I always tell you they do have the latest technology. Not everyone can just replace a new windshield. You have to have the equipment because of the sensors that are in the new windshields. Well, of course, they have it over at Donaldsonville Glass and Body. DGBauto.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has $2,000 off MSRP, plus 2.9% APR for 84 months on new 22 Ford Expeditions. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, it's Hunt. Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. We will get you ready finally for the LSU spring game and get you prepped up for LSU and Ole Miss in Oxford. Hunt Palmer Show on Friday brought to you by Cork's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Hope everyone's having a great Friday morning.
Let me get my hands on a mixed CD right now.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm burning this song on there right now.
We're going to talk to David Dellucci next here on OTB as the Piss and Ole Miss tour continues. And then at 8:15, Aaron Murray is going to come by, join us in studio. Get ready for this LSU spring game coming up Saturday. Before the break, I teased, the power lurking out there in the ether. That is not Vanderbilt, Florida, Kentucky, South Carolina, none of these top SEC teams this year. And unless you, I don't know. I don't know what your level of college baseball fandom is, but I don't know that you would just necessarily guess this off the bat. It is the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, as right now, as one of the writers on this ESPN Roundtable points out, that actually he believes, as sacrilegious as it is, he says that Wake Forest is a more complete team than LSU. And look, after the injuries, I actually think that's a completely legitimate conversation once you start to look up this Wake Forest team. They're currently top 15 in home runs in the country. They're the number one team in team ERA in the country with a sub-3 ERA. They're 14-3 in ACC play, 31-5 overall. The Deacons looking to be a major force here come tournament time.
And this is a team that when you talk to anybody over at D1 Baseball, and you talk to Mike Rooney and Swartzen, our guy, Kendall Rogers, it didn't matter. It was almost like they truly believed in them, but because it was Wake Forest and it wasn't a team that typically has been up there, Wake Forest. Yeah. In the top five. They wanted to put them in there fully because they believed in them, but they're like, I don't know if they're there yet. So this isn't completely out of nowhere, but for them to be, where they're at through this far in the conference play, everything they thought that team was, they are, and probably then some. And so it was, could they hit? They had the pitching, they had the mound, and they got two guys with ERA under 2 in their rotation. But could they hit? Well, they've certainly done that, and that's what has kept them at the number 2 team in the country for as long as it has.
Now, we going to see. We going to see. I mean, ACC is not the SEC, and so I'm sure many of y'all are out there hearing this and do it against Arkansas and all that. And I'm not, that is valid. I'm not saying that you're wrong. But also don't go too far with that. Don't think that this is not a damn good Wake Forest team that looks like they'll probably end up in Omaha. Jake, raising kids nowadays I think is sometimes as weird as ever with just the huge amount of information. But look, I guess one thing that's always been true is that you're always going to have somebody out there telling your kids things you don't want to tell, you don't want them to feel or something. And I don't know who you are. I'm my oldest daughter's school, okay?
Uh-oh.
But the other day, me and Alice were talking about LSU, and she's talking about how much she likes LSU and the Tigers. And she goes, we also like Alabama. I said, what records? I was like, whoa. And I felt bad. I reacted so aggressively that she started crying and got a little embarrassed and got upset because I was like, "Who told you that?" I was like, "Who told you this?" And she won't tell me. She won't figure out. But one of her friends, or a parent of one of her friends is apparently spouting positive. I don't know if it's a teacher. Somebody has infected her mind with the idea that we like Alabama. Absolutely sickening what people are doing to the kids. I might have to homeschool her. I'm not sure. Dellucci
Off
next.
the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You want to feel bigger, stronger, faster, jump higher? These aren't PF Flyers. It's HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Maybe it's hormone replacement therapy, right? That's kind of the point, is that it can, at Rejuve Me, it's not just a, hey, let's shoehorn him into a plan that's maybe not the best thing for him. No, it's not one size fits all. The plan to fight the aging process is customized to you. So you go in for that free consult, get your labs drawn. Maybe your tea's fine, you don't need it. Maybe it's not, you do. Okay, it is not just male, female as well. Ask about metabolization optimization while you're in there. It's a new hot treatment on the streets. But look, the bottom line, y'all, this is fun. This is good. We're talking about feeling and becoming our best self. You do upkeep on your car. You do upkeep on your home. Why do we just expect our body to age without any help, okay? Give it the help it needs. Rejuve Me Medical, Shreveport, Slidell, Metairie, Baton Rouge. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $15,000 off all new 2022 1500 SCA trucks. And all new Bayou automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Each year, Guarantee Media hosts a radiothon to benefit Dreams Come True, the local organization that grants dreams to Louisiana kids suffering life-threatening illnesses and their families. We've interviewed these incredible kids, and their stories warm our hearts. And none of it would be possible without your help. So we're asking for your support in our effort to making more dreams come true. Each year, our Dreams Come True radiothon is powered by the Baton Rouge Clinic. Visit GuaranteeMedia.com to pledge your support today, and thank you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown is back. Join us on Saturday, April 22nd at the Ochsner Medical Complex at The Grove. We've got cooking teams of pros and joes serving up their best jambalaya and Cajun Creole dishes, all while helping raise dough for local families battling cancer. Bring the whole family for great food, live tunes, and good times. Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown presented by Ochsner.
Saturday, April 22nd at lunchtime. Help us paddle it forward. For tickets and more information, go to clashofthecooks.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Friday, April 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 77. Coming up on OTB, we talk to David Dellucci of the SEC Network up next. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, hour number 2. T-Bob, Jake, Mario, and Taylor. We also have our boy, Aaron Murray, in studio. Co-host of Snaps, also host on Sirius XM as well. But right now, it's time to continue the Piss on Ole Miss tour as we are looking to step on the throat of those dirty punks from Oxford, and we have one of the best to ever do it over there in Oxford. Baton Rouge native, a very, very good-looking man, beautiful facial hair, very well put together. David Dellucci. Dellucci, what's up, man? Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, I'm just happy y'all remembered I'm an analyst on the SEC Network. This is great, man. Thank y'all very much.
Yeah, I guess I did kind of because I don't care about that. All I care about is furthering Ole Miss's bad time, okay? I know that y'all don't really care. You got the national championship, you're basking in the afterglow, but I do know it had to hurt to lose to the dude, and I do know that it hurt to watch LSU get swept by Ole Miss last year in Baton Rouge. So I'm looking for some revenge to be paid this weekend. As an objective SEC analyst, Dellucci, how do you feel it's going to go down? Is this sweep in play for the Tigers?
Well, I tell you what, I'm actually worried about both sides and their pitching staff.
Yeah,
true. Once you get past Paul Skeens for LSU, you're not sure what you're going to get. There's been a lot of inconsistency. And then on the other side, Ole Miss, hopefully we will see the return of a healthy Hunter Elliott. He is scheduled to pitch in Game 2. Ole Miss lost him. That's their ace. He had such a tremendous postseason run last year. Lost him after opening day.
Yeah.
So very similar in that both squads have good offensive teams, but the starting pitching has just been very inconsistent. Too many walks. And at times can lay the ball over the plate. You do that in the SEC, opposing hitters are going to crush it.
Well, and so okay. Well, let's stick with the offensive production as a whole this year in the league and in the country when it comes to college baseball. I mean, we talked about it last hour, but kind of insidiously here, David, over the years, we're back to late 90s numbers. Like, I was shocked to learn that college baseball is actually pacing to break the single-season home run record this year. I know Ben McDonald's come on here, he thinks the balls have changed. People talk about tighter zones. What do you feel has been the main driving force behind this offensive explosion?
I'm going to go with Ben. I think there's something different about the balls. I held one when I was at Ole Miss early in the season. It just feels smaller. The seams are closer to the leather. That means the pitchers are not able to grip the seams and throw better breaking pitches. And I think, you're seeing a trickle down from the major leagues. Everybody loves to watch the home run. That's what everybody's trying to do now. You get paid $30 million if you hit 205 and hit 30 home runs. So it's gone down to the high school and college level as well. It's fun, but it takes away from the game, which makes me enjoy watching a team like Kentucky with, all the stolen bases. They came in to LSU and we got to see it, sack bunts and all that. That's baseball, man. I don't mind the home runs, but you got to earn it. You got to hit it off the sweet spot of the bat. I'm seeing guys that are getting jammed or hitting it off the end, and they're going out of the ballpark. And I'll tell you something else. I played in the late 90s in the big leagues. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire in the steroid era, the height of all that stuff, those guys weren't hitting 480-foot home runs consistently like these college players are. So something is different.
Yeah.
I do think it's the balls, and these guys are stronger as well, but there's something with the balls that's going on.
David, and I agree with you as well, but does that make it even more impressive what Paul Skeens for LSU's been able to do? The fact that he's been able to rack up the strikeouts. I mean, even against that Kentucky team, and I agree, like it was fun to watch them play a different brand of baseball, and he still set a career high with 13 strikeouts against that team. So, like with all that being said, does it make it even more impressive?
Oh yeah, I mean this is a superstar, and if anyone hasn't seen him in person, I beg you to go out there and watch this young man because he could easily be in the big leagues right now. The fact that he's throwing triple-digit fastballs, he picked up a curveball in like 2 or 3 days or a week or something like that. Coach Wes Johnson taught him a new pitch. He's a freak, man. He is a mature specimen on the mound. And I just love to see him command the game. And you can just see the confidence that he has when he gets on the rubber. And not only the confidence that he has, but the rest of the Tiger team behind him. They kind of elevate their play based off of what he does on the mound.
You mentioned Hunter Elliott, and real quick here because I was just kind of reading about his journey. You know, the UCL strain against Delaware to start the season, now been on that slow but methodical comeback process. I know he's going to appear in Saturday. Do you have any insight as to what that looks like, though? Is it like 30 pitches, an inning? I can't imagine that it would be like an extended outing, would it?
I wouldn't think so. He's been throwing bullpens for a while, and they've really taken it slowly on his rehab and return. I'm going to guess he's on probably a 50-60 pitch count, and the fact that he's starting, I'm a little surprised he's starting because I thought they would have held him in a reliever role.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between starting a game and coming in relief. When you start the game, man, adrenaline's flowing. You kind of extend yourself a little more than you expect. So, but I'm sure he's ready. This has lingered for quite some time. He actually had 5 different opinions from 5 doctors to make sure he's healthy enough to get back on the mound. So It's good to see him out there. Now, he's not a flamethrower like Skeens. He's going to throw about 89 to 91, but his changeup and his ability to spot the fastball on both sides of the plate is really impressive.
David, obviously, you know, these teams, both of them, have gone through injuries, and they're looking for more pitching, and LSU has national championship aspirations. They've been the number 1 team in the country. We've talked about Paul Skeens, and, you know, behind that, it's been very inconsistent. You've gotten some from Floyd, but last couple of weeks he's given free passes, and now you're trying to find out who's going to start that 3rd game of the series. Like, where does LSU go? Because right now with the injuries and they're trying to find new arms, like, how would you piece together this LSU rotation if you were the coach?
Man, that's a great question, and you know that is one of the reasons. Look, I fight every week on Rally Cap and the SEC Network to convince fans throughout the conference that LSU deserves to still be at number 1.
Yeah.
And the main reason that everyone points to is the pitching and what are you going to get out of those guys? But they're not having any more difficulty than other teams throughout the country in the SEC. I think this weekend there's 12 TBAs in the starting rotation.
Wow.
Last weekend there was 13 TBAs. Whoever that TBA guy is, he's going to need Tommy John surgery because he's pitching all over the country. But it's very similar to what other teams are going through. The talent is there, man. I've watched Christian Little ever since his first year in Vanderbilt, and I'm telling you, this dude is legit. I just don't understand how he can roll through the first 3 innings and totally lose it like we saw in his last outing. So I think it's more of a mental thing for him. Ty Floyd's got great stuff too. Throw fastball in the mid-90s. And maybe it's once they kind of lower that heart rate, once they get in a groove and a rhythm, then they can take it from here to the end. But remember last year, Jay Johnson's staff was in disarray as well.
Yeah.
And he started moving guys around, and Raiselman stepped up, and Riley Cooper stepped up. We still have 15 more games left in conference play. I am certain LSU is going to find the right formula, just like Ole Miss did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Ole Miss was way worse off last year at this time than LSU is.
Mm-hmm.
They made 2 changes, Dylan DeLucia and Hunter Elliott in the rotation, and they ended up winning the national championship.
Yeah, and it was and good thing because now this year's kind of like, okay, you know, you can kind of chill out a little bit. What about last one here from me, Dellucci? Obviously, your experience with being a great hitter yourself. Give me some sort of like as just a layman watching baseball, give me some sort of context for how good what I'm witnessing Dylan Cruz doing every weekend is.
He's every bit of a superstar as Paul Skeens is, and another young man that could probably be in the big leagues by the end of the season. He's just complete, man. I mean, he's a great defender, extremely strong at the plate. His approach is second to none. You cannot throw him off-speed pitches because he waits back so nicely. You can't throw a fastball by him. I mean, he is polished, and we throw that word around a lot. We throw five tools around, but Dylan Cruz is a legit five-tool player, and he is one of the best that we've seen. It is a pleasure watching him. And look, he's flirting with 500, and we're halfway through conference play. So those two guys, Dylan Cruz and Paul Skeens, you got to get out and watch them because the next time we see him, it may be in the big league.
Dave, last one for me, keeping it on Dylan Cruz. How big is it for him to have that protection like Tommy White this year? Not to say he hasn't been protected before, but nothing close to this, and it feels like it's changing his game for the better.
He's getting more pitches, that's for sure. He's getting better pitches because you don't want to walk him and then have Tommy Tanks come up and hit a two-run home run. So, and it's not only Tommy, it's everybody behind him. No matter how Jay shuffles the lineup, there's protection from top to bottom. And that's what's carrying LSU is the offense. Now, when you get in the postseason toward the end, the pitching is going to have to step up. But I feel confident that there is not a pitching staff in the country that is going to take over the Tigers this year because they are just too good. You cannot have all 9 guys in a slump at one time. Somebody is going to pick up the slack when the other guys aren't hitting.
David Dellucci, SEC legend, World Series champion, longtime MLBer, now SEC analyst, Baton Rouge native as well. David, thank you so much for joining us this morning, man. What do you got going on this weekend? Where are they sending you?
So I'm driving to Oxford this morning. As soon as I get off of this, I'm going through the rain, sleet, and hail, and I'll be calling. Actually, Ben McDonald and I are calling the game hopefully tomorrow. We'll see what the weather does.
Nice. That's a dream team there.
Dude,
it's going to be awesome, man. Yep, grab you a cocktail, enjoy this. Ben's going to wear an LSU jersey. I'm wearing an Ole Miss jersey. So
I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. All right, Dave. Well, you take it easy, man. Thanks you so
Dave.
much.
Safe travels, brother.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, coming up next, who's coming down the track? Aaron Murray. That's a stupid Georgia song.
Back-to-back national champs.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I'm a damn good dog.
He's already so triggered that FPI didn't have Georgia just with like a 50% chance to win the national championship. So Aaron Murray live in studio coming up next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu, which has been around for 50 years, y'all. A local family-owned trade school. Chances are a lot of you listening have taken advantage. You went to ITI, changed your life for the better, gave you the career you were looking for. Well, we want to celebrate you. ITI celebrating 50 years all year long. Find them on social media. You can look up all the incredible events. If you want to become a part of that family, you should. It's one of the top trade schools in the entire nation, and it's right here off of Airline Highway. Get that AOS degree in 2 years and change your life. ITI Technical College.
iticollege.edu is the website. We always give you the number as well, 225-267-8003. Call them today. They want to help you get to the finish line. That is what they are there for. Admissions at iticollege.edu is that email. Of course, we always encourage you, go see them on their campus off Airline Highway in Baton Rouge. Again, iticollege.edu.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text TB to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We're live from the Zurich Classic, previewing LSU-Ole Miss in baseball and what to watch in Saturday's spring game. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Mario, you can't get defensive
Stay
and get
hating.
mad at me. Mario, nobody plays Switchfoot sincerely. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know why I thought y'all would like this song.
I thought you played this. Like, what are you going to do? Like, hinder Lips of an Angel is next? You're like, I can't believe that you're, like, making fun of this song. Like,
Look.
what are we talking about, dude? This is, Switchfoot is objectively
Hey,
funny.
here-
I am
hey.
shocked that you are getting defensive about this.
It's because no matter what genre I
Okay,
play,
no,
you
that's
hate.
what I'm about to say. Mario. This,
I don't know that I vibe with your musical taste,
Hold
to
on.
be honest.
Hey.
Apparently not.
Hey, listen, just coachable moment. Play any John Williams if you're not sure about him.
Yeah.
And for me, play any 90s, early 2000s R&B, Jagged Edge, Usher, anything, Drew Hill. And
Are we
you're gonna be
breaking in
safe.
someone new over here?
No. Mario's been with us. But
It's been building.
Kind of though, because
Our video producer.
Taylor's new on the video
Yeah.
side. Danny,
Okay.
you know Danny.
I know
does some
I know
snaps
Danny
protections,
left, so I didn't know what the
but
role
Danny
was.
normally chose the music, right?
Okay.
But
I could choose the music from now on if you're hating on Mario. I got it.
No. All I'm saying is Mario also like slightly racist, right? That you just thought the white guys would love Switchfoot. Okay? I don't like Switchfoot. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't
about it.
either. I it's not the worst thing you could play, Mario. I think we're a little too hard on you. I apologize.
Hey, when in doubt, T-Bob loves T-Swift.
Look, look. You're the big Swiftie,
I am
right,
a big
Aaron?
Swifter.
It's Aaron Murray
Aaron.
that you're hearing there. QB1. SEC record holder, and maybe now with the change of Mississippi State, I mean, maybe some of those records going to be safe.
Oh, they'll be safe now.
We'll see all of them. Or which record? Which record do you think Will Rogers of yours is not going to break?
I don't think he stays 2 years.
Okay.
So I think they're all safe.
Okay. All of them.
He can have he took the completions last year.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He already got that one. Okay. Damn.
But so if he does break it, he'd probably need 2 more years. Because he needs 39 touchdowns to break it.
Yeah, no, I don't
but
think
that
he's
would be
going
5 years of playing football.
Put an asterisk by it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not fair. Why does he get 5 years to break a record when it's only supposed to be 4?
I agree. The player for Detroit Mercy, I think it's where the guy was playing that was going to be Pistol Pete's record. He had 5 years too. That was his 5th season of playing.
No, he played like a million more games.
I should get another year.
Yeah, go out there right now.
NIL.
Do you really feel like going through those workouts though?
I would do it to get the NIL money that a Georgia quarterback gets.
That's true.
Which would be great.
Yeah.
And to keep my records.
It's
you're
sad.
you're
I'm in good shape.
Kind of like I am.
Yeah.
You'd have made more in college.
I would have made more in college.
Yeah.
Bro,
You played in the league 6 years.
I know, but still would have made more in college.
I 1,000% would be making
I definitely
more.
would.
Fullback 6 years of pay though.
I 1,000% would be making more in college than I've ever made in a single year as an adult. Like I literally don't. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Which shout out to the homies. I'm glad for all these kids nowadays.
This isn't bitterness. This towards them. This is bitterness because we couldn't.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what, dude? I did get that Ed O'Bannon payout back in the day that felt pretty good post college when that check hit.
$2,000 or something.
Yeah, no, dude, I got like 4 or 5K.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
well, maybe because you were the highest rated.
I know
on the game that
year. Not
year.
to brag. 2011 LSU football team, NCAA, highest rated player on the team.
You didn't cross.
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
I
And
was a true
T-Bob
freshman.
weaseled his way as a freshman into the senior group and hung out with us all, and we never
Imagine
questioned
that.
it. Looking
that.
back,
I would
I'm like,
never
how
have
did you
doubted that.
find your way
Social
in there?
climber strategy. The first big party of
He's
the
the
summer.
center of attention.
So that's what Aaron has started calling me because I was like late because he's QB1 and I always accuse him of having the very cocky QB1 attitude, and there's been a couple times where yes I've been getting my body work with Crystal Poche, restored motions, and maybe I was late for a show or put him in a bad spot. Yeah, that's our new Snaps merch, center of attention, my beautiful face on it.
I mean, you had the perfect face for merch. I mean, I've got the one of you in yoga pants laying across the off the bench.
That's true.
No, yoga shorts, not even pants.
Well, that's not actually my body. It's like the Kool-Aid Man. Let's be painfully
that's
clear
his
about
body.
that.
That is clearly your body.
The Kool-Aid Man picture is not my body. The sweatshirt that Jake always wears is not my body. It's just my face put onto those bodies. No, Bilbo, I was not the weed plug in college. Actually, again, LSU drug testing was intense. Nobody people could not There were maybe windows you could risk it, but you could not regularly just smoke weed. It's not like Georgia where they just didn't care.
Did you see the Kelsey post about that?
No.
Oh my God, they had a great one. I guess this kid back when they were
New
at
Heights
Cincinnati,
killing it.
they kill it. Knew he was going to get busted, so the day before just smoked as much as he could to get the highest number possible on the drug test.
Hey, if you're gonna do it, be the best. Be the best at what you do. No, I did it just through a series of strategies. One of which I do remember. One of the main things was one of the first parties of the summer at Flynn and Miller's house. I showed up. I had long hair at the time. I had it back in a headband, and I showed up with a Hawaiian shirt just completely unbuttoned, just to set the tone, so everybody knew what they were dealing with right away. And
he was a problem in college. I know that. He was a problem.
Yeah,
he was a problem. You also is also a problem. How do you? I know you're a fullback, but this is Saints country. How do you have a?
Because it's Mike Allstott, bro.
Because it's Mike Allstott.
Show some respect.
It is.
I show respect. I'm from Tampa. I'm a Bucks boy.
I mean, I
you
can't
look like
be.
You're from Tampa.
Look, my life motto is.
Hey, you don't agree, Taylor? You're giving.
I do look like a Tampa.
Yeah, I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah,
I've only been to Tampa to play the Buccaneers.
Black hair, gelled back.
Yeah, exactly.
Guido
Good
style.
looking, put together, beautiful teeth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, for me, it's grit, neck rolls, and low man wins.
Mm.
He
Where's the
checks
neck roll,
all
though?
those. Well, it's not on there. I know.
Because
he had the high pads.
I guess you clearly can't bobble with a
actually,
neck roll.
we put it over on my side of the desk, and the Saints is over on T-Bob's side because, T-Bob, obviously, a huge Saints fan. They let me have my miniature Bush League Bolts helmet there,
beautiful.
and then my All-Star over there. So, just miniature.
Yeah, I mean, and to be clear, like, I don't know. I mean, I love Saints. I love covering the Saints, but like, I don't want to. I never want to put on airs. I don't want to front. Like, there are way better, way bigger Saints voices in this market, right? Like, I came to the Saints late in life. I grew up a Falcons fan. I grew up in Atlanta. My old man used to do radio for the Falcons, play for the Falcons. Like, that's what I actually have memories of, not of Saints. And then when I got to college, I kind of looked around. I was like, Falcons suck. My old man's doing the radio for New Orleans now. Drew Brees is awesome. I was like, okay, who dat? Let's ride.
Who dat?
And it's been a great ride ever since.
Loyal to a fault will never be something said, I guess, about T-Bob's NFL love.
What? I mean, what am I,
yeah, I mean, you get to choose. I think you get to choose.
The bills,
you
right?
get to choose. Your old man played for 2 teams.
Yeah.
Look, it's a better situation for you than for me, right? I played for the Broncos and Chargers, and my son's the biggest Chiefs fan on the planet. Like, literally the rival for both teams. Like, everything he does is red.
Yeah.
Listen, I claim to be a full Georgia boy now.
Yes.
And I don't know if I've ever been to a Falcons game.
Yeah, so do you have a rooting NFL interest? Because you too played in the league. So it's like, it's always different. I feel like if you make it a few years in the league, you're kind of like,
I roll with the Chiefs. That's my team.
Yeah, okay, because they took the first shot on you, right?
Because even though they cut me.
They're the longest, right, though?
Yeah, I said they're the longest.
Look, everybody gets cut.
But like, why are you getting screwed over with these backup quarterback situations? I mean, like some of the greatest backups of all time, right? Like Chase.
Everywhere I went, I was either with Chase or Nick Foles.
Like, what are you supposed to do?
Literally,
it's like the GOATs when it comes to backup quarterbacks in the NFL. One's been paid more than anyone else. And then the other one won a Super Bowl as a backup.
You only could have
and so I got stuck.
The only one you're missing is Whitehurst. If you had a Charlie Clipboard in there, that would have been the only one.
If Chuck would have been in the room.
What's his name from Houston still around?
Case Keenum?
Case Keenum's still around.
Keenum had his moment in the sun.
He did play some.
He had that ball in year in Minnesota.
Oh, the miracle against the Saints.
Minnesota
that was him.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Case has been in the league just as long as Chase has.
No, yeah. Case has been in it forever.
Chase is like playing when I was at LSU. He was playing at Mizzou because they lost to Oklahoma in 2007 for us to go to the national championship.
Chase has made $50K, or $50 million, not $50K.
Yeah.
$50 million.
Let's don't talk about it.
Played 4 games.
Hey, quarterback?
Did I play like
It's
70?
hard. And like you said, but you've a good insight into this. Like Chase does things that aren't appreciated by the general public.
So this is genius by Chase. Chase infiltrated the starting quarterback's life.
Yeah.
Him and his wife. He would do everything. He would show up at 5 o'clock.
That's what you do.
He would do all the blitz preparation, red zone preparation, third down preparation. So when Alex Smith walked into the building at 6:30, 6:45, Chase was like, here you go. Here's the plan. I've already met with the offensive coordinator. I've already met with the O-line coach. This is what we're doing this week. Then Hillary, his wife, would become friends with Alex's wife. And it was like a little, I can't do my job without Chase. So when Chase's contract is up, Alex goes to, Andy Reid and the staff like, man, I need Chase because he does all this work for me. And he wasn't a threat. He wasn't a threat to be the starter.
No.
So you weren't worried about him trying to take your job. And he did a lot of the work for you.
This is a great conversation. It is. And you have to have a guy you trust.
Yes.
You have to have that guy. And I was talking with Ryan Leaf, who works with us on SiriusXM, and I laid out kind of the same thing. And he said, I left millions on the table. He said, I would have been horrible at being a backup quarterback. He said, I wouldn't have cared about the starter. I wouldn't have done A, B, and C. He's like, because I wanted to play. I had always played. I could not accept that role. He goes, guys that they can set up themselves for the rest of their lives because that's who they are. He said, for me, it's not the smart thing, but I wanted to play. I could not support the starter knowing I was going to be the backup, and we led into a Stetson Bennett conversation.
That's what I was saying. That's what the big issue with Stetson.
Can Stetson do that? Because, again, there's worse things to be, but he's a competitor.
Yeah.
He wants to play. Can he be that backup? Billy Volek was our guy in San Diego. He was great. He was fantastic. Billy, when he had to play, he played well. Yeah, he threw for 500 yards a couple of times. But can Stetson be that guy is going to be a big question.
That's the problem. Is what made Stetson special is how competitive he was.
Yeah.
So if you take that away from him and say, hey, we need you to play this role, does his level of play significantly go down?
Right.
Some people need that edge.
Yeah.
And he's one of them because he's talented, but he's not elite talent. So he needed that I'm better than everyone else in the room kind of feeling.
He's more talented, in my opinion, Chase Daniel.
Chase is pretty talented. Chase was undersized, but so was Stetson. But Chase was a little bit thicker. We had you want to talk about small hands for T-Bob. Okay, Chase had what we called.
I'm just sitting here.
Chase is what we had. Chase is what we call. We used to make fun. We used to call it like a tiger paw. So there was a picture of him on our wall in our quarterback room.
Yeah.
It looked like the mini Whopper hand.
Yeah.
So we called him tiger paw because the hand was so small. But Chase could throw it now.
Yeah.
Chase could throw it. So he could spin it.
Okay, so
and he's athletic.
You gotta say spin it.
He can spin it.
Guy. There
he can spin it.
Yeah. So I say that just to kind of say Stetson can be that guy if he accepts that. If he's not the guy,
a lot of guys could. I told Jake Fromm this 2 years ago, because Jake is same thing. Like good, better size, but not elite arm strength. Like not NFL arm strength.
Right.
It's like Jake, you're a good kid. You're smart. Do this route.
Yeah.
And you could be in the league for 10+ years and make millions of dollars. I would have. I was on the other side. Like I always wanted to be the starter. And never. I never threatened Alex Smith. I'm nowhere near as good as Alex Smith. Right. But I never played the role I should have.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking for God. I don't know why.
Then I go to Philly and Chase is the backup at Philly too.
Yeah, I just followed you around.
I mean, I'm surprised like you didn't run into our guy Colt McCoy too somewhere. Just that you hit all the backups.
Yeah,
that's true.
Colt's still playing?
Yes. And doing radio on Mondays with Jake.
I know. That's why I keep saying I don't know if he's like trying to make the transition. I know Chase is like teetering on making the transition. Like he interviewed with ESPN, he interviewed with Fox. He's kind of deciding what he wants to do.
Where's Daniel now? Is he still playing?
Yeah.
I think he's
he was with the Chargers last year.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, because he's great for all these rookie quarterbacks.
Herbert. Yeah, it makes
he went
sense.
He went with Carson, was great with Carson, and then been with Herbert and same thing. I'm sure Herbert's like, I can't prepare for a game without Chase.
Yeah, because the third guy's Easton Schick, who's from FCS school, very talented guy, but Schick or Stick? One of the two. I think it's Stick. Yeah?
Stick.
Yeah. He's the guy that dribbles the
Schick.
football. Schick's the guy that works for ESPN. Matt Schick.
Schick.
Y'all are like, these are all words that we should be very careful about. We're only like
what's the rules on this show compared to snaps?
No, this is traditional terrestrial radio.
Okay.
Yeah,
see, but we behave ourselves.
But we can turn it in though, like, hey, we were saying Schick.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. More Aaron Murray coming up next.
Sirius XM, we can say it too. So you got to watch out there, buddy.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
225-206. 1517 225-206-1517. That is the number for Riverlands Insurance. Jake, get that testimonial that got sent to us yesterday ready to go. They're just coming in continually nowadays, folks. Don't put it off. Jake's going to read this. Like literally 225-206-1517. That is Thomas and Megan email's cell phone number. You call that number, okay? You give him a couple pieces of information. He shops for you in the insurance game. He gets you the best policy. He saves you money while getting the coverage you need.
Yeah, I love this one. It comes in from Cody on Twitter. Riverlands Insurance success story here. Got dropped by a former insurance carrier. Best quote my broker could get was over 3 times what I paid last year. Called Thomas email in the middle of OTB. When we read the number, he answered, of course, because he's always going to answer, and saved me $3,700. Says real deal, and thank you guys. One more time, T, number?
225-206-1517.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown is back. Join us on Saturday, April 22nd at the Ochsner Medical Complex at The Grove. We've got cooking teams of pros and joes serving up their best jambalaya and Cajun Creole dishes, all while helping raise dough for local families battling cancer. Bring the whole family for great food, live tunes, and good times. Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown presented by Ochsner. Saturday, April 22nd at lunchtime. Help us paddle it forward. For tickets and more information, go to clashofthecooks.com. All right.
Friday, lock of the week. Join me, Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff, live from Rufino. Special time, 10 a.m. to noon on Fridays, lock of the week. Game time presented by Bet Rivers from Rufino's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You already know. It's that hustler music, yeah, basic, got that money. Hustler music, so ride to it, y'all. Vibe to it, y'all. Damn, mix the hit again his head with this one. I'ma paint the city red with this one. I'ma head with this one.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What up, y'all? What about OTBs? The fellas chopping it up. We got to figure out eventually how to light the other side guest.
I'm looking at Hester's YouTube over here, and I'm like hiding in the corner and look like I'm doing like bad things over here.
Is this first 48?
Drugs. Yeah, exactly.
You're first 48 where he's in protection.
That's
we blurred my face out.
We do it to
this
Flynn
face
every
does not
week
need
too.
to be blurred, T-Bob.
Yeah, I know. QB1.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Every quarterback that comes in this studio, we humble you a little bit, okay? You're with a center and a fullback, okay?
Hey, somebody in the chat asked, "Is the spring game
favorite positions though?" I grew up in the 21 personnel world. So
you did.
I was all 21 under center. Come on,
you did. Bubba, bring it back.
Somebody in chat asked earlier if the spring game is going to be on television. Does anybody know? Do you know?
It will be on ESPN Plus. No, Colorado is going to be on television. You can't.
Oh wow, we got bumped for Prime.
You got bumped for Prime.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Who you on the call with?
Unbelievable.
Mike Morgan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you can catch Aaron.
I hate when people put me on the.
Dude, I saw the smoke coming from your ears through the headphones.
I know you did. You're like, I should have asked Aaron before.
I know. I'll put my boy on the spot. Morgan's great though, so it'd be good.
But the issue is like my first year at the ESPN, like I was rotating through guys every week, so like I would sometimes forget. Yeah. So,
look, I mean, I'm not trying to speak ill of where you came before you joined the SEC, but look. It doesn't matter who you're with. You're not in Reno.
Yeah. Reno, any of those Mountain West schools, besides Air Force.
Yeah.
Air Force is a fun town to go to, but everywhere else.
Yeah.
Reno has good casinos, though.
Yeah. Okay. Fresno.
Fresno.
Yeah, that's a tough
Fresno's
one.
bad.
That's a tough one.
Hawaii is a fun trip.
Yeah. San Diego State's good.
Hawaii.
San Diego's good. Did you ever get to go to San Diego?
No. All my games were in L.A.
Go Tex.
Oh, that's true.
we were in
Carson.
L.A.
Yeah,
we were in Carson.
Yeah.
I had them a couple times in Carson.
Yeah. So that really did suck. Sorry.
I hate to, I hate to tell you this, but Jake, I'll ask you too if you agree. But I am guaranteeing here on air, without a doubt, the UJ Bulldogs are not going to win a national championship. It just doesn't happen. You can't win 3 in a row.
It's been done before.
Win 3 in a row. Win.
in the 30s
Exactly.
with Minnesota.
Okay,
so, but it's been done before.
Exactly. Okay, it's not happening.
Oh, this feels like a topic that y'all.
You lost your
definitely
quarterback. You lost both coordinators. Your schedule's easy.
What do you mean we lost both coordinators? We lost one coordinator.
You also lost. Oh wait, no, both did. Muschamp come back as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Willie's back. Willie ain't going nowhere.
Whatever. You lost. Okay, you lost your quarterback. You lost your coordinator. And look, again, the history's not on your side. Nobody ever three-peats. But beyond that, the softness of your schedule is not going to prepare you for the actual fight. So the second you actually play a good team, you're mentally weak at that point. You're going to crumble. You're going to crumble. I really wanted to be honest with you.
You act like they had a fight at all last season. The schedule was the same last year as it is this year.
Yeah, Mizzou almost beat that ass. Old lucky ass. Get out of there.
Still not a. But they weren't great.
I'm just saying.
Like. They didn't, and then they faced LSU in the SEC championship game. That was a cakewalk.
Whoa.
There was no really challenge.
Our starting quarterback got hurt.
It was his fault. You guys got smoked though.
What do you want?
Y'all were up big. No, not big, but you guys were up in the first quarter. I get a nasty text message from T-Bob, just gloating. And all of a sudden, after he texted that was when the block field goal happened.
Look, okay,
it was not a good text.
It was karmic.
It was not a good text.
We have both had children recently of opposite sex, and I may or may not have said that my child was going to eventually.
Just don't even finish. Just don't even finish.
They were both probably like 4 weeks old at that time.
But you know what? Okay, karma immediately struck me down for such an uncouth joke.
I mean, it is very hard to obviously win a national title, much less to win 3. The Ohio State game obviously was the challenge for Georgia. They were able to pass that. I mean, the national championship game, I was in the building. That was sad. I mean, that was just, I don't even know what I just watched there.
But give me a team that is returning as much as Georgia.
Bro, you know you're
with
still
an
scared
easier
of
path.
Alabama. You've only beaten Alabama once.
I think y'all are going to take care of Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that I can't give you one with the easier path.
They have the easiest path.
I can't give you one of those.
But again, I think that works against you guys. They're not going to be battle tested. They're going to be soft.
Kirby says every week.
Clogs on the way up. The best players on the way down.
The best players the best players they play every week are the guys that go against in practice. And Kirby said this for spring. I don't want to play another team. I would rather play our team. It's the best team we're going to face all year.
Yeah, all I'm hearing is scared of competition.
Yeah.
Okay,
they had the Oklahoma game obviously on the schedule. Yep. That got canceled from the SEC. That would have been their non-conference.
Tennessee's going to be good.
But Oklahoma's kind of bad. So.
Tennessee's going to be good.
I mean, according to you, Joe Milton's the best quarterback in America.
Most talented quarterback in America. Most talented quarterback in America.
Right there, Bo.
You say Michael Penix Jr. weird.
Well, he said most talented. So that's what Aaron said.
Have you seen Michael Penix throw a 15, 18-18-yard dig or out route? Oh, my God.
Joe Milton throw an 80-yard ball that doesn't touch this roof?
He's Uncle Rico a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh.
How'd you been a football over in the mountains? Bo?
I'm extremely high on Washington, so that's why I always.
Are you a little disappointed where the FPI ranks them?
Yeah,
22, something like that.
Yeah. I thought
that makes sense.
Robots, too much recruiting. Too much recruiting in the equation, which I get. I mean, it's not flawed, but like you just got to understand that with the FBI thing. Though I still can't figure out where it's going awry in the 20,000 simulations for Georgia. But it does reinforce my idea that Georgia's not going to win a Natty.
But if we're talking about schedule, like LSU, the Florida State, that's the game. Because everywhere else you kind of like, outside of having to go to Tuscaloosa, you like where some of all your tough games for the most part are going to be at home. So that's always going to be an advantage for you. The way it lines up this year, I like it. It's different. You don't have Auburn early. You have them later, and Florida's a little bit different. It's the Florida State game. Like that, what
about going to Tuscaloosa, though?
That's what I said. I said outside of that one,
yeah.
Like the rest of your games, like you don't go to the Swamp, you don't go to Jordan-Hare. Like you get those games at home. That's big for LSU. So much is going to be – it's going to be an emphasis on LSU season for that opener. And, I mean –
I still think if it's a competitive game, because I think Florida State was going to win. I think Florida State's going to win the ACC. No. I think LSU is a better team. I'm just saying, even if it's a close competitive game, I don't think it derails the season. As long as you beat Alabama and if you win the SEC championship game, that's all that matters.
Right, but if you want to have if you want to have true championship aspirations, like to get out of the gate with a top 10 win, you know how that is. That can just soar you. Yeah,
well, it gives you a week of maybe falling off in the middle of the season. Then, like you don't want to lose your one free card week one.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to lose that like
it's been done.
week
Ohio
8.
State did it in 14. I think also Virginia Tech, and then But
because then it puts the pressure on. If you do lose week one, then you have to beat Bama.
Yeah.
And you have to beat Georgia.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to help you out real quick, okay? Look in the camera. The Georgia Bulldogs are going to go 7-5 this year. Mark it down. Okay, you're welcome.
I think
Kirby.
you wanted a single shot.
You're
there,
welcome,
Taylor.
Kirby. We'll get it. Look, we're working it. All right, when we get back, let's wrap up hour number 2 of OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. Aaron, I don't think you've seen in person my murdered out Mini, have you?
No.
Oh, yeah. Toyota Sienna.
Not
Black
a big
exterior,
deal.
black wheels, black interior. Thing looks pretty. And it's all thanks to my friends over there at All-Star Toyota. So forget about a Tundra, forget about a Tacoma, Camry, whatever, like RAV4, Highlander, Sequoia. Screw that. It's all about the minivan gang, MVG for life. Join me by going to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. See them off of Airline Highway today.
Yeah, don't listen to anything T-Bob just said outside of the good parts about the minivan. Don't forget about the Sequoia, the 4Runner,
Rivers
like
shows
any
up early when
of
Aaron's
those
here,
things.
huh?
Yes, quarterbacks. It's a hell of a
Classic.
thing. All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com is the website. Buying, leasing, or renting. It is a one-stop shop. Again, they have the full fleet, not just the Sienna minivan. So go check it out. Again, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
MVG.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has $2,000 off MSRP plus 2.9% APR for 84 months on new 22 Ford Expeditions. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text TB to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown is back. Join us on Saturday, April 22nd at the Ochsner Medical Complex at The Grove. We've got cooking teams of pros and Joes serving up their best jambalaya and Cajun Creole dishes, all while helping raise dough for local families battling cancer. Bring the whole family for great food, live tunes, and good times. Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown presented by Ochsner. Saturday, April 22nd.
Brian Kelly and the LSU Tigers wrap up spring practice with the 2023 National L Club Spring Game. Our coverage starts Saturday at 1 p.m. right here on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Look, I got all my favorite people here in the room. I love it.
Aaron's still in the dark.
Oh, my goodness.
Why did I get put on that
Aaron remains the most poorly lit member of the crew.
Well, it's in T-Bob's contract that he's
Oh.
typically the only one that gets to stand in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I feel like these headphones are finally
my
doing
show.
audio. I can't hear anything, so I
you know
don't know if
what?
my mic's on.
Finally,
It is.
our show because Jake has been dominating the document the last 2 days. I've never been happier in my entire life. The old dog finally learned a new trick. He learned you can download Google Docs on your phone.
Oh, wow.
And that you can just do it from your phone. And I mean, the
I didn't
ideas,
like how hard Taylor just laughed. Just then.
the ideas have been flowing, and it makes me so genuinely happy. I can't even explain.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but an old dog can trick you every once in a while.
You did make a reference the other day when we were talking about how you were like, Taylor, grab the thing out of the document. And I thought to myself,
Yes. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, dude. We're growing.
Putting stuff in the doc.
We're growing. Aaron's not a doc guy.
I created the doc, so I love the doc.
100% a doc guy. I don't know why we got. What's the more entertaining
Aaron Murray
text
into
thread?
docking. You heard it here first. What'd you say?
What's the more entertaining text thread?
Wait, he texts y'all back?
We have a snaps group and an off the bench crew. It's tough to say.
It's definitely not the one I'm in.
No, wait, time out. Also, to be clear, they get the snaps groups gets the same treatment of a flurry of texts at like 5 or 5:30 a.m. When I finally catch up on all the messages from yesterday. Yeah,
The worst texter ever.
my God.
The worst
Of
bookie.
all time.
The worst bookie of all time too.
I made you money
Half the time.
by playing your bets.
I'm still waiting for you to make my Carson Beck Heisman bet.
Oh shoot. Oops. Yeah, I have not. You're right. I have not done that. I'll do it right now. I'll do it in the next commercial break.
The other day, Moscona was like, needed to ask me something, and I don't know, it was like right after the show. And so he like sent me a message, was like, I'm so sorry to bother you. Like, I know it's late. You know, you can call me back tomorrow. It's like 6 p.m. or something. And I was like, look, T-Bob will text me any moment his mind thinks of something. If it's 1 a.m., if it's 4 a.m., please do not feel bad about texting me at 6
Time out. Everybody has do not disturb on while they sleep.
No,
okay?
we do not.
100%. I know you do.
I do
when he
not.
texted you this morning, notifications were silenced.
I only do that on the road because I like to keep my phone still if my wife calls. But when I'm at home, I just put it on mute.
Yeah, look, I think I just have the thing set up where it's like the bedtime setting.
Yeah.
Once the bedtime setting
I don't
kicks
have
in,
I
you
do
don't
not
get-
do that.
I don't know
I do
what that
know
is.
bedtime settings.
What are you,
I didn't know you were talking about.
my
Look,
phone
I just
does
figured out the Google Doc, okay?
My phone does this like gentle little ding, and
The
it's
guy
like
with 5 kids doesn't know how to work technology.
No.
His kids do though.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, Jackson, do this
Yeah,
for me.
please.
Yeah.
So you really don't have that, where your phone tells you, hey, it's
But,
probably
like,
time
what-
for you to go to sleep.
I mean, I don't know. I don't gain anything from it. I mean, my phone doesn't really wake me up. I don't get a lot of phone calls and text messages at a time when I don't need to be disturbed.
He wants to be run by robots though, so he likes when the robot tells him to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you're not
when you get
wholly
that
wrong
when you
there.
get that notification, it's like, whoop, it's bedtime. Are you like,
Yeah, I'm like,
Time.
you
Put my
know what?
PJs
Yeah,
on, let's go to
it's,
sleep.
you know, I should probably start wrapping it up.
start wrapping it up?
Start
All
brushing my
right.
teeth, heading to bed, get a little comfy under the sheets and whatnot. Maybe watch a little chess, which, whew, by the way, boys,
Who
the
won?
FIDE Chess World Championship is popping off. So I've purposely not looked up the end yet because I know it got crazy after it looked like
Okay.
Ding had won. And I haven't gotten to sit down and watch my favorite analyst, Daniel King, do his recap of the game.
No spoilers.
I have a
No
feeling
spoilers.
like it probably actually ended up in a draw, which doesn't sound exciting, but it is because Ding had it won. But Nepo may have won. If Nepo ended up winning, then that's a massive, massive swing there.
Does he do a lot of chess talk on Snap?
We have 2 shows a day, so in between he's like sneaking off to play chess.
Yeah.
I feel like
chessing off.
we hit a little bit of like a lull in chess talk.
Well, no, I mean, look, it does, like everything else in my life, my passions wax and wane. But we are in a waxing right now, without a doubt. And the World Championship's going on. which is just. I mean,
are you like pulling this on YouTube and watching?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anytime you're into
It's not on
something that feels condescending.
It's
I
not
mean,
the pickleball
I don't
level
know,
yet.
it's not like it has like a $12 million purse or whatever, and it's massive, and chess isn't like the biggest that it's ever been, and actually in its entire history, it's not a game that's been around for 1,000 years. No big deal. You're right. Yeah, you can act too cool for it. It's the immortal game, Prince. I don't know what to tell you.
We got stuck in Houston on a plane for it felt like 10 hours.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Every 15 minutes, T-Bob would look at me and be like, "Do you want to learn how to play chess?"
Sorry,
you
I
want to
was
play chess?
fighting off
He had
a
his mini-
claustrophobic
did the mini,
anxiety
right?
attack.
But you don't know what each piece
Look,
does?
I don't. If you paid me
Wow.
$1 million
I thought you had
right
your mini
now and you were
board.
like, move a piece,
Yeah.
I would 100% move it to the wrong
Just
place.
move the pawn one up.
I
You're
know.
good.
It's not that
Unless
I don't think
it's
I
a
could
first
play
move.
it.
I can teach you checkers if you're interested.
I know I can comprehend
Off the
the
bench
rules.
with Hester and T-Bob.
Yeah, that's like Levitard. That was just straight into the break. Acatip of Baton Rouge, acatipbr.com. It's raining today, which my experience in 34 years tells me that means it's probably finally going to get hot, okay? So maybe that AC unit's about to kick in. It's been an incredible spring here, folks. But the bottom line is, you want to get that spring AC checkup, you're ready for the summer, just $69 from Acatip Baton Rouge. The ratings are incredible. And right now, if it ends up that you need a new AC install or something like that, a free premium clean air package that's $1,800 of value for free. Go to Acatip of Baton Rouge, acutempbr.com.
Once you go to the website, even if you're at your desk right now, you can't get to the phones. We say it every day. It's going to pull up a chat box. So anything that you have going on, if you want to schedule online right from the chat box, you can certainly do so. Just another part of that great customer service you're going to get. Check them out online, acutempbr.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I drove myself to the ER, had heart surgery, and drove myself home 24 hours later, feeling fine. Starting running again after the procedure, I'm getting excited thinking about it. I had no pain, nothing. I felt great. And right then and there, I was like, oh my God, I'm back. I'm back. It's just amazing.
Ochsner Health. Long live you.
Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. But until then, I spend my money up right down on my last dime. Come on, live Baton Rouge. I'm ready, what you put me on through. Gotta send my love down to
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Friday, April 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 77. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Hour number 3 here on a Friday, which means only one thing. Got a girl, Rivs Huey, here in studio. Jake hanging out, Taylor, Mario. I'm about to pop open this bottle of champagne here. Let me try to...
What were y'all complaining about this spot?
About what spot?
This
the
spot?
lighting.
It's dark.
He was standing...
Maybe it's but the height.
He was standing... No, he was standing farther away.
Yeah, in the corner.
You
It's
can't
dark.
stand at the corner. You got to get into
close.
the
You
table.
got to stand close.
Flynn's learned that.
That's called toxic masculinity. He's like, I want to stand too close to Jake.
I don't know. He's a
People are
hugger.
gonna think I'm soft. He is a hugger. Aaron's very physical.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very physical man.
Yeah, I'm a hugger too. I can't.
I feel like he's not sure what to think of me. He walked out of the door and he was like, "Oh, you just walk around with wine in your purse."
Yeah.
But you have to think like.
But that's not
Prosecco.
that's not super far off of my vibe.
Yeah, but he's from Florida / Georgia, and even though you're not from Louisiana, you've been here long enough where you are.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah, I guess
in
that's true.
Louisiana compared to other places, I would feel like.
Just daily check-in on our boy Perk here on the TV.
Yeah, I know.
The other day it was really. Speaking of what we're talking about, it was good the other day.
It's not great. Light him correctly.
Those people are professionals too.
I know.
Like this isn't some like side of the table stuff. Like
Are
that
we not
is.
professionals?
but that is one thing that we've learned in the
Y'all
post.
out here lighting me like Perk. What are we doing?
That's how we let Aaron. So glass houses and all that. But that is one thing that I feel like we learned, or that major companies like that learned during
that
COVID.
Most athletic thing you've ever done
is that
so casual about it.
Production value.
Just keep going.
Production value doesn't actually matter that much. Like it does.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But like pre-COVID,
it doesn't at all.
ESPN, was like upset. You got to have the best, and I was too. Like I was like, you got to have the best sound quality. Like
nope.
You got and really like. If it's entertaining, people show up for it. If it's
it
not
could
entertaining,
be
it doesn't matter.
could be grainy, blurry.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't. That's what COVID did to people.
I agree. Which is why everything is now all Zoom call. It's like
that's why anyone can do it. Now that's why there's so many that
true.
anyone can do it because the quality is not what's holding anyone back.
Now the unfortunate part is it leads to situations like where with me and Andrew Snaps, the program that we use to stream it has a 1.5 seconds delay, which makes it so, or maybe like more like a second, but just that makes the time. You're like, you think somebody's done, you walk all over him, they react late to what you say. It's just, I hate it.
I have the same one. So I'm on Zoom. I don't have a Comrex because of COVID, we can do everything on Zoom if you have the right microphone. Well, a lot of my co-hosts, they've been in it longer than I have, so they have like an old school Comrex. There is a 2-second delay, and it drives me to want to drink during the show every day. So like when somebody else is on a Zoom, it's the best show of all time because like we're actually talking.
Zoom is good. Zoom
is
great.
Zoom's
good.
But my goodness, when they're talking and you're trying to like wait for them to finish and you don't want to step on their toes,
it's like a phone interview. Bad. It's like phone interviews, not in this kind of setting or whatever. I'm just talking about in general, like phone interviews, like an actual job interview. Those are my least favorite kind of interviews because it's like I feel like you spend the whole time doing that. Like there's a lot of questions being asked and a lot of answers being given and a lot of opportunity to interrupt.
Yeah. Well, and you know me. I mean, my biggest fault is I'm just interrupting Bob, and that becomes really weird with a 1 second.
Oh.
Like it becomes so
I didn't think
so
about that,
bad.
yeah.
Oh, it's the absolute.
We used to have a delay here, didn't we? Like a pretty big one.
On what? In what?
Was
in
it
what
like
form?
phone
Like talking on
calls
the
or
phones?
what was it? There was a time.
Yeah, there's been stuff like that in the past where we had to be very cognizant. I'd be like, okay, you just can't jump in on a question. You like have to wait and don't get freaked out by the pause before they answer.
There's
Because
still
it is
sometimes
what
an
it is.
echo. So when we call a guest and they don't call us, there is like this echo where you can hear your voice on a
Yeah.
delay, which is always like the most difficult thing in our business because I've had it even when I've been on the road and I've called into this show or this station. You have a full second delay in yourself in your ear.
It is shocking how hard that makes it to continue a train of thought.
Absolutely.
It throws you off so incredibly badly where you feel like it shouldn't because you're just talking. So just continue to talk, but it's awful. Fonzarelli says, T-Bob, why don't y'all use Discord? I mean, we could for like, it is something about because we do, we stream it live on YouTube, youtube.com/The Volume, even though I'm just every week yelling at them that we need our own broken off channel.
Yeah.
Right. We're getting lost in like all the NBA madness and everything else.
Yeah.
For volume?
For volume, yeah.
So you are kind of like we are. You have one volume channel.
Yes, which is...
I just click on the link.
You got Dragonfly Jones over there doing NBA.
The problem is, though, that's been proven to be... The one channel thing's been proven to be ineffective like forever ago.
Yeah.
And there's smart people that know that, so I don't know why. Whatever. That's now I'm just airing grievances.
Sorry.
But
He's going to get a very angry phone call out of this show.
Okay. So we stream it live on YouTube, and there's some element of video production, and so that's why I don't think we do Discord or something, because it's not just audio. If it was just audio, yes, Discord, Zoom, whatever, that would work perfectly. Tom's there. It's low-key hard, and Tom shows up every day for snaps. That's my boy. It's low-key hard to find snaps on YouTube. I know. It's
I just click on what you share.
The algorithm's weird.
The algorithm likes focus, right? And if you're just a college football channel, well, then all the college football fans, who are the only people that are going to watch a daily college football podcast in the spring, they will push them to their homepage, right? Like the volume's going to NBA fans who don't give a damn about us ranking the Big Ten coaches on April 20th, 2020, or my 5 biggest stoner coaches in college football.
I did see that, though. That was fun.
I think I'd like to add Eli Drinkwitz.
Really?
Yeah.
The stoner nerd. The secret stoner.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he gives off big vibes anytime, and you'd really enjoy his personality. In fact, like you need to have him on snaps because I feel like you would fall in love with Eli Drinkwitz.
I feel like that too. We haven't gotten like a ton of coaches yet, actually. That's something that we probably need to work up to. I mean, look, people mentioned Drink probably needing to be on there.
I didn't see the whole list.
I said Urban Meyer at 5.
I saw him.
But really that's more cocaine than weed.
Yes.
But like weed's going to be mixed in because you're just going hard.
You're just going hard.
I think 4 was Gary Patterson.
Okay.
Because have you ever heard Gary Patterson's music? He's like a legit country artist. He wrote a song.
But do you think that automatically implies?
Well, no. So this was
like an implication?
He's more of he has a little bit of that old like Waylon kind of soul in him. So he's more of a whiskey man.
Okay.
But, a joint works its way in, after the concert some, but he wants to have deep combos.
Okay.
Right? Like it's not surface level.
All right.
Gary Patterson, you're like getting into it, man. That's where that country soul
Yeah.
comes from. Then I had Brett Bielema, who's the polar opposite, because he's just there to party. I mean, and
is he a weed guy?
Well, here's the thing though. He's no.
He's whatever anyone's doing guy?
Yes. He's not an everyday stoner
He's just
guy,
here for the fun.
But he can smoke the fattest, biggest blunt in the world, even though he doesn't smoke regularly, and be fine. Because he just has so much fun, and he's just gonna munch out. He's like, "Oh, dude, I got the munchies," and then he's gonna be like, just eating all this food. Whereas, like, if I were to smoke them, I'd be like freaked out. I'd be getting all anxious. Like, I've gotten my dosage and everything right over the years.
I love your number 1.
Number 1 was obvious to me. Who was number 2? Why am I blanking right now? We had Bielema.
I couldn't think of 2 either.
Meyer,
That's why I jumped to 1.
Patterson. I'll look it up. Number 1 was Rick Neuheisel.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, Rick's
West
the
Coast
best.
vibes, toes in the
West,
sand.
West Coast vibes.
But the Neuheisel to me, he's that successful Cali stoner, right? Like maybe he's in real estate or something, but like, he's not a beach bum.
Yes.
He's outside of his Malibu beach house smoking like the most organic
Very
and expensive weed.
Yes.
The pre-rolls, everything's handed to him.
Yes.
And he's just chilling, playing guitar. He's like so cool when you hang out with him.
I get to spend next week with Rick, and I can't wait.
God, everybody loves Rick Neuheisel.
I love him.
You had Dan Lanning, number 2.
Oh, that's what it was.
okay.
Dan Lanning, which makes a ton of sense here because first off, he's young, so he's grown up in an age where it's been destigmatized. But secondly, you know about the Lanning tattoo. Hey, Taylor, can we pull up the Lanning tattoo? Rivers, have you ever seen?
I don't think I have.
Wait.
No.
We have not talked Dan Lanning's tattoos here on Off the
We
Bench.
have not.
No. It was a long time ago.
But this is shocking because this is this hour fodder right here. Yeah, Taylor, just look up Dan Lanning tattoo and put it on the screen. I'll try to.
Like, we talking AJ McCarron levels here?
Bro, yes. This is one of the wildest tattoos I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's from the Oregon head football coach, former Georgia.
Where is it?
Defensive
Are you allowed to
coordinator.
tell me yet, or you want me to just, like, wait?
No, it's cool. I'll tell you because we're kind of fill time here. It is his entire love handle. It is his entire rib.
That's an aggressive place to get it,
That
too.
feels like a very painful place because
is.
we've talked about that. Because I've talked about getting a tattoo on my rib cage.
Here we go.
Wait.
Look if you zoom out a little bit, Taylor, I don't know if you get the full picture. You can actually see his little pale nipple. Okay, that's as good as far as it goes. So that is Dan Lanning's wife.
Okay.
That he got tattooed. And there's actually a pretty good amount of cleavage showing there that's kind of cut off in the picture here. That is Dan Lanning's love handle that we're looking at right there.
Okay,
And
so there's a lot going on also, though.
every part of that tattoo has meaning, though.
Right.
Yeah,
The
for
A
sure.
for his time in Alabama.
Right.
The area codes are where he lived. Oregon, obviously.
Is that a pit
Why
logo?
is he just putting that on her face, though? Could we not have found, like, another body part to, like...
He was at Pitt at some point as
Right,
well.
I see the P there.
I can't remember if it's his mom, sister, wife. Somebody's a breast cancer survivor.
Yes.
So you have that in there. But do you see the boomerang? And you're like, it's next to the Oregon wing there on his wife's
Oh, yeah,
neck.
okay, I see it now.
Like, why?
Oh,
is there
I do see that.
Why is there a boomerang?
I feel like we got a little crazy with her face, maybe. It's like,
she does not have face tats in real
yeah,
life.
I mean, I assume not.
But why is there a boomerang? Because he met his wife as a teenager working together at Outback Steakhouse. And if you are a teenager working at Outback Steakhouse, you are smoking weed. 100%. You are out by the dumpster.
Wait, what's that say?
It's like Waiting, the
I
movie.
think those are his kids' names.
Okay.
Maybe. Yes, it's exactly. And yeah, his kids' names are Caden, Niles, and Tyson.
I don't care about anything but the boomerang.
But the
now.
boomerang.
Danny loves weed. Dan Lanning.
Whoa,
loves weed.
whoa, what's that?
Not our Danny.
It's
Well,
actually
maybe,
really
I don't
sweet,
know.
though. I think it's actually
Not our Danny
also
anymore.
kind of a stoner expression of love, right?
Yeah.
To get that tattoo with that extreme of a design. for your
Feels
significant
aggressive.
other.
So how big? It's like you said, it's like his entire...
That is his nipple is right at the top, and it runs all the way down to his hip. Wow. It is gigantic.
That had to be so painful.
And he put it out there on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like he was
Well, you're
very-
not getting this
Yeah,
tattoo
you're not
and then
showing it
not
all.
sharing
They're
it with the
bullshit.
world.
That is true.
My gosh, I was not expecting that.
So people are saying, I like if you want to get into the quality of the tattoo, I've come around where I actually think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad
don't think
tattoo.
the
I mean,
work's
like,
bad.
Because it's really good quality, right? It's a
yeah,
beautiful
it's
quality.
very
not like-
intricate.
Like AJ McCarron's tattoo is, funny in design, but ultimately the humor comes from.
Yeah.
Should have put a blooming onion.
It's
I
like
mean,
a
that
high
would have been
school,
great.
like, a blooming onion
That
would have
actually
been
would
really
have
good.
been even better.
But like McCarron's tattoo is not very high quality, right? I think he got it in like high school or
Yeah,
college.
no,
Have the
look,
money
I've
to
got a high school
pay.
tattoo. They're not great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So shout out Dan Lanning though. Bet you know more about, and his wife is. I mean, they're a very good looking couple.
Yeah.
To me, and very young.
I'm rooting for Oregon now.
Yeah, it's been too often though where I've been like staring at that tattoo and kind of staring at the cleavage, and I'm like, wait, I'm actually just staring at Dan Lanning's love handle. Like, I have to remember this. If I'm getting any stirring in my loins right now, I'm really just staring at Dan Lanning's pasty love handle.
Oh gosh, this is so good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Would it have killed him to include a blooming onion tat in chat? Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're on the
I mean, if you're gonna do something that represents Outback Steakhouse. I mean, the Boomerang's fine, but I don't look at Boomerangs and immediately go,
I thought maybe
Outback.
they met in Australia or
But,
something.
but maybe he wanted a little more subtlety, guys, than just like.
I mean,
There's nothing about that tattoo that was subtle.
He's got the pit logo on
Okay,
it.
that's
I
fair.
mean,
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the pit logo's like right on the curve of the boot.
He gave her face tats.
Shout out to Lanny, man.
Shout out.
Legend of the game.
Cannot
Number 2
believe
starter
that
in all
we've
of
missed
college
that this long. Thank you for sharing.
I thought
Bob.
we'd already talked about it here. Like,
It might have been a
the
show
whole thing down.
that we missed.
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
All right. When we get back, I think we got some dating app content in here. How about that?
Okay.
Banter?
All of
next.
us, we're going to definitely be able to talk about that.
Yeah. Ain't nobody behind the desk either. So
Yeah, that's true.
I'm the only non-married person now.
But even in a committed relationship, we have nobody to live vicariously through anymore.
But Taylor and I can talk about the concert we're going to this weekend.
Yeah, T Swift. That's right.
We're both going.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in Houston. Although he's going Saturday, I'm going Sunday.
I'll be there Saturday night.
In Astros, you said the ballpark?
No, so it's in
NRG.
NRG.
Oh, it's in Texas.
Morgan Wallen's the next month.
Morgan Wallen. Okay, I knew you said Astros. Okay.
Yeah.
And neither one of us are Taylor Swift fans, and we're both going to this concert that people
I haven't
would have
heard
paid.
a Taylor Swift song that she's put out in at least 6 years.
So the missus?
I mean,
Big fan?
The
I'm just going for
Mrs.
good
best
times.
But
friend.
wasn't it like
Okay.
impossible to get tickets and everything?
Well, so I had a group of girlfriends, and or one of the girls got like, I guess, in off the waiting list or however that worked, and so she bought like the max amount of tickets you could buy, and they were just looking for one more person. And you know what? I just like a good time. You know, I want to go to Houston with a group of girls and like drink and hang out. So
club.
Here we are.
All right.
I'm also going with my group of girlfriends, so we're similar on that. Yeah.
Hey, I've been in that number plenty of times before as well, man. It's good.
More OTB coming up next. Keep it locked.
OTB, OT.
Go to the Advanced Eye Center. Advanced Eye Center here is right here in Baton Rouge, and they specialize in sports vision therapy, right? And I think we're probably underestimating how much of our athletic ability and potential is dictated and or mitigated by our vision or lack thereof. Me and Jake went and did some interesting testing. We learned that we have awful depth perception. We both have really good hand-eye coordination.
Yes.
The point is, you don't know what you have. You're struggling. Like you have a child. He wants to be his best. He's struggling to hit the ball. Whatever it is, go make sure that it's not their vision. See where you're deficient. See how you can improve. Go sign up for the Advanced Eye Center Sports Vision Training Camps going down this summer. They're for grades 3 through 6 and 7 through 12. Okay, so all ages there. They run the gamut. There is limited availability. So go to Advanced Eye Center on Facebook today and go sign up.
Yeah, T-Bob's right. I mean, they're coming up. You got one in June, one in July, but you go ahead and sign up today. Go ahead, 225-769-6010.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Each year, Guarantee Media hosts a radiothon to benefit Dreams Come True, the local organization that grants dreams to Louisiana kids suffering life-threatening illnesses and their families. We've interviewed these incredible kids, and their stories warm our hearts. And none of it would be possible without your help. So we're asking for your support in our effort to making more dreams come true. Each year, our Dreams Come True radiothon is powered by the Baton Rouge Clinic. Visit GuaranteeMedia.com to pledge your support today, and thank you.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all of that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service, where if you want an incredible custom speaker install, it's going to blow people away in the water, that's there for you. You want an HD sonar where you can see the fish under the water before you cast, beat all your friends, that's there for you at front-to-back boat service. So don't put it off. We got the parts in right now. Get them now before they go back on back order. Front-to-back boat service.
Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown is back. Join us on Saturday, April 22nd at the Oshner Medical Complex at the Grove. We've got cooking teams of pros and joes serving up their best jambalaya and Cajun Creole dishes, all while helping raise dough for local families battling cancer. Bring the whole family for great food, live tunes, and good times. Clash of the Cooks, Jambalaya Showdown, presented by Oshner. Saturday, April 22nd at lunchtime. Help us paddle it forward. For tickets and more information, go to clashofthecooks.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to
for the Friday edition of Handy Time from Rufino's. We get it started at 10 a.m. with Jimmy Ott's Game Time and take you all the way till 1 o'clock. Former LSU pitcher Trey Hodges is with us. We'll be talking about LSU baseball. Handy Time, noon weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day. Lord, thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Dalton Barnett says, can a brother get a Robbie Ashford on this rainy morning? There you go, brother. Hope you're having a great day.
I hope he wins the quarterback battle just so you can keep doing that.
I think Hugh Freeze is going to make Robbie Ashford a good quarterback.
Do you?
No.
Okay,
But
I didn't think
hope,
so.
But I hope so.
Auburn fans were really mad at TJ Finley for some comments he made earlier this week.
What'd he say?
He was upset, basically, that they brought in other quarterbacks last season, including Robbie Ashford. He said he took it as a slap in the face.
You know how you fix that problem? You play better.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
You know?
that is the brass tacks.
You know?
Very fair.
But so the other part of that, though, is, and whatever. I mean, Cuban are always going to feel slighted if somebody's like coming for what you view as yours, but like,
that's how you handle it too, though.
Well, but TJ, you were that guy too.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
you already transferred doing that exact same thing. Like, you have to. You can be personally frustrated, but you have to understand how it's going to reflect on you if you go public with that frustration. You did the exact same.
You're gonna
thing.
have to change your mindset if you're in college athletics right now in this current time, unless something drastically changes. You cannot worry about being in a competition.
No.
You're going to get it at every position, in every place.
100%.
It really doesn't even matter who you were, and it depends on like what your mindset is. Like y'all have heard me say, like my dad told me, if you're scared of competition, change your last name, and that lasts with me forever. I mean, he's right. Like life's going to have competition. Everything you do is going to have competition. You always want to get better if you're the owner of a company, if you're the president of like whatever that is. And in college athletics right now, they're going to bring people in.
We have to.
Like it really doesn't even again. Like
doing their due
if
diligence
you're
if they don't.
like think about if you're Jackson Dart at Ole Miss, like you played pretty well last year. They brought in 2 quarterbacks, Spencer Sanders and Walker Howard, to replace you. They want that competition.
Lane Kiffin doesn't like you.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's going to be everywhere, or no matter what position. We could go through a position that added somebody's going to get Bear Alexander, probably USC.
Yeah.
I bet there is a 3 technique at USC right now that felt like I'm the starter, I'm the guy, because they brought a lot of front 7 in, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, damn, y'all went and got Bear Alexander, who had 2 sacks in the Natty.
It's
everywhere.
There's probably a 3 tech that just transferred in.
That's what I'm saying.
To be the guy that is now
because they brought in how
transferred
many
over.
new front 7
They brought in
pieces?
like 4 or 5 guys who have all been really good.
So you have to have the mindset of, hey, we're going to fight, and by God, I'm coming out on top because you're not taking my job.
Hey, Rivs, I've been meaning to ask you about this.
I don't like where this is going.
I think you will.
Maybe.
How did last weekend feel?
Okay. Well.
No.
I thought you were.
No, not you being able to have a hornet curse to your people.
I thought that's where we were going.
No. But beating Ole Miss.
I know.
In a season that has been filled with pain. And, both teams, it's in both team national champions.
I got to stop you, though. I got to stop you.
What?
And the reason that I got to stop you is because I think that you think, and this is not just a you thing. I think people who are not, Mississippi State fans, it is a pat on the head because you think that literally all we care about is beating Ole Miss.
No,
but
I think
it's
that
not.
in a season of woe and frustration,
it is nice
the
to
worst
win.
thing is to lose to your rival, and the only salve for the pain is to beat your rival.
I guess where I was going with that is that beating Ole Miss is fine.
Mintzy was devastated when we talked to him earlier today.
Right, because they're bad. They're so bad.
No, I know, but he was devastated because his vision was like, yeah, we're awful this year, and I was hoping that at least we could get the joy of beating Starkville, but y'all beat him every. See your head.
Well, but you're not even letting me talk.
I know.
You want me to answer the question or what?
Go ahead.
Oh, that made you so mad. I'm
No,
sorry.
No,
okay,
no,
look.
you're right.
This is my deal. Is that winning felt good. It did not, honestly, at this point, because we are so bad, it did not matter that it was Ole Miss.
Damn.
Just winning felt good, but we're still so bad in a sport. If this was any other sport, probably yes. I would have been like, we beat Ole Miss. Football, great. Baseball, we are supposed to beat everyone. We're supposed to beat most people.
Yeah.
And so then no, I don't have any comfort in the fact that we beat Ole Miss. I mean, it was a really fun weekend. We set a bunch of stadium records. We honored Ron Polk. We did the deal. It was great. It was Super Bulldog weekend, which is kind of like our baseball homecoming weekend.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but it's we're just so bad. It's it's hard to get real excited.
I think.
What did Dellucci say? Since 2014?
No,
15.
Ben told us that.
15.
So
Yeah.
actually, I
they
think
haven't won a
Ben
series.
thought 14, but I think you're actually head patting Ole Miss right now. For that very reason, you're saying that Ole Miss is not really a threat to y'all because you beat them for a decade in a row. So this is nothing new.
No, it's not that they're a
nothing
threat.
new.
It's just
it's
that
same old. We do it every year.
But
It's kinda
but winning or
boring.
losing didn't really matter. We were still bad. We're still bad.
Man,
it's we won, but still we're still at the bottom of the. It's not.
Yeah,
Or actually, I think Auburn's. I think we're tied with Auburn.
Yeah.
Who we're playing this
It might be
weekend.
5
So
and
maybe
10.
we'll-
I think
maybe
y'all
we'll-
are. I think after the series, y'all are 5 and 10 in the
Yes.
SEC.
I don't know. I never thought that
Tennessee's
I
5 and
could.
10.
I never thought I could get the joy out of a win when LSU's having a bad season. I thought where's the program at?
But
we
you
can't-
learned.
I did learn. Murder Giraffe pointed out. I got to ask about that name. Inside the chat, talking about 2020 Florida.
Oh,
God, that felt
it felt
good.
so good.
It
dude.
felt utopic.
It was one of my favorite wins I've ever experienced as
Ever.
a fan. And we were 3 and 5 at the time.
21-point underdogs.
21-point dogs.
The fog, the
Screw
shoe throw,
Florida.
the whole deal.
I think maybe give me another year or two and our baseball team's bad. Yes, fine. I'll get excited about any win you'll give me. But we're not removed enough from us being good at baseball.
we won. LSU had won a natty the year
That's what I was
before.
gonna
I
say.
know.
That's
I'm
what I
just telling
think-
you. You asked me how I felt.
Yeah.
That's how I truly feel. This is not me
Do you
patting
think
anyone
you're
on the head.
representative of the entire? Do you think more people in the Mississippi State fan base feel your way, or
Yes.
more people are really hyped on last weekend?
I think if people were hyped on last week and the people you saw really excited, they were just excited about the atmosphere
Mm-hmm.
and breaking the records and it being Super Bulldog weekend. I do not think that they were hyped because we beat Ole Miss. I think everyone generally is still very upset with the program. I don't think that win made anyone feel good.
I do find that to be interesting because again,
It was exciting, the way we won, the way we walked it off at the end, Dakota Jordan. That was incredible. I'm not trying to take away from the moment of that specific win. It was incredible, but the overall weekend, beating Ole Miss, we're still bad. We're still bad. We need the program we need to fix the program.
But there's no way that you can sit here and tell me that if that was Mizzou, that it would have felt the same. There's just no way. Winning the series against Mizzou, it absolutely felt better that it was Ole Miss. Had to.
I mean,
it's the Egg Bowl.
I guess. No, I mean, okay, you got me. Beating Ole Miss at anything is fun, but it didn't make me feel better about our program.
No, and you're
I
right.
guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I mean, I didn't mean it that way. I'm not meaning that Lemonis is off the
It's
hot
not
seat.
I'm all right, we did it.
Yeah, no. It's not like Lemonis off the hot seat. It's not like
He is 100% not.
all things are healed or anything. But it's just that in a season full of crap, at least you didn't have to go through the extra crap of eating a home series loss in which you're honoring Ron Polk to the Ole Miss.
What a name.
What coach
Ron
has ever
Polk.
looked more like a mascot?
Yes, him. him.
Then Ron Polk looks like a bulldog.
It looks exactly like a bulldog.
What a guy.
Wow. God, that guy looks like a bulldog.
That name fits.
T-Bob, you would like this. So I don't know how much you know about Ron Polk, but I feel like you would appreciate
I know
this
he's the
about him.
winningest coach in college baseball
So
history.
he has affected so many SEC players, Mississippi State or non. So what he did for a really long time, and I don't know if he still does this, but any SEC player who went to the majors, he would write them a letter every single year.
Wow.
It wasn't Mississippi State because he coached a lot of he did why can't I think of the name? The summer ball, like in the he did like coaching there. He coached a bunch of different people. So it wasn't like he was just coaching Mississippi State players. Like he coached a lot. He touched a lot of people. And so like he keeps up with all the SEC players in the majors.
His Wikipedia
He was really
entry,
good friends with Skip.
Yeah.
They were
I
like
knew
best
that.
friends.
I knew that. His Wikipedia entry right here in the first paragraph says, longtime head baseball coach of Mississippi State, and is considered to be, quote, the father of Southeastern Conference baseball.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, dads send letters to their kids, or at least they probably did, back in the day.
Well, so they honored him. So that was a cool part of the weekend. Like a lot of people were in town, like ex-baseball players, and coming to see that they did a statue in front of Duty Noble. And
well, credit to you for not ruining the series.
It's tough.
And not showing up on Saturday and Sunday.
I know it's like partially a joke, but then like I show up now in the outfield.
Wait, explain it to people that don't know though.
Okay, so I guess I should actually technically go back and look at this and see when the last time I watched a win in Duty Noble was, because it has been a minute. And so over the last however many years, I've lived in Baton Rouge now for 13 years. And I still go back for maybe 1 or 2 series a year. And I'm talking about, I have not been in the stadium for a win in probably that long.
Oof.
And like, I show up in the outfield now. And so it's not even that like I go for like really good weekends. I have gone and watched us play some bad teams.
Yeah.
And we have gotten swept. So my friends see me coming and they're like, ooh. And it's like, it's kind of a joke, but they're kind of like, do you need to be here?
Yeah. No, you're like the Kansas City Chiefs fan that they sent home a few years ago and bought him a TV so that he can watch at home.
So look, and then Saturday, we were supposed to go to the game. We went Friday. We were supposed to go Saturday. We did Grant's birthday party. We did like a little tailgate out on campus, and then like we did the cake and stuff, and then we were gonna walk over to the game because there was a lot going on. There's like spring football and all the stuff, and so we just tailgated, and then we kind of were like, wow, there are so many people streaming into that stadium, like. We broke the record that day of like all time.
Oh, nice.
I
didn't realize that.
On campus crowd, right?
Stadium crowd.
Yeah.
Or I guess on
You're
campus,
right,
whatever.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like I think it was like 16,000 or something.
Oh.
So we were just like, oof, that's a lot of people. Maybe we'll just hang out, watch it from the tailgate.
Hell yeah.
But before that, I had run into Brian Haydad, who is on Super Talk Mississippi.
Love Brian.
Yes, he does Mississippi State stuff, and he was like, "So you're going to the game, huh?" And I was like, he's like, do you feel like you really need to? And I was like, I don't know. And so I was like, but I am. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine. And so then the next day, he was like, I guess you're fine. I was like, I actually didn't go. He was like, I swear to God, if you ever come back, he's like, now that I know you weren't there and we did this, like, do not come back.
Sunday.
I didn't. And then look at it. And
Hey, but the glasses are cool on Friday.
oh, you liked them?
Yeah. Very Fear and Loathing vibes.
I'm just like dipping my toe in.
Yeah.
Seeing how I feel. So I thought another cool thing, and then I know everyone will want to stop talking about Mississippi State, but Dakota Jordan, who walked it off on Sunday.
Yeah.
Did you know anything about what like that whole deal?
No.
So he's number 42. It was Jackie Robinson Day in the MLB. Everyone in the MLB was wearing 42. And he's this black kid from Mississippi. Like, just the significance of him being the guy to come up, walk it off, wearing 42, like the whole stadium.
Oh yeah,
It
all sounds pretty awesome. Rivers. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like this entire segment started with you telling me it wasn't that tight.
Everything sounds
only
great.
to explain how deeply tight it was. It was tight on so many different levels.
Well, the weekend was great. I said the weekend was great.
Yeah, the weekend was great. But I get you.
We're still bad.
Fire
Still
Chris
bad.
Lemonis. You still want to fire Chris Lemonis, but the weekend was good.
And he's a freshman, so we can look forward to him. He's like not consistent, but he's very good. When he hits the ball, it goes very far, and I like that.
We got a little.
So hopefully we can. And Dak was there, and so we had 2 Daks, and our new bully's name is Dak. We had 3 Daks running around.
Oh, you got a new bully?
Yeah, we got a new bully.
Them and Georgia both. Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude.
Dakota.
Wait, so are you gonna aren't you good luck for LSU?
Yes.
So
I've
are-
never
are
seen
we gonna-
since
so we
I've
gotta
lived.
bring you to one of the
since I've
games when
lived
they
in
come to
Baton
Baton
Rouge,
Rouge, then.
I have never watched LSU lose from Tiger Stadium.
Wow. There we go. Hell
And
yeah.
I've been to some games that you probably should have technically
Yes.
lost.
Yeah, 100%. All right, cool. So Mississippi State's coming what, in like a couple weeks or something, I think?
It's here, right?
We got to go to one of the games. Yeah, it's here. That's what I'm saying. We got to go to one of the games. We'll bring Rivers along.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Guaran-
You're good for one. You're good for one.
Guarantee a dub.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it travels. It's more like in your
No, mine's
stadium.
just Tiger Stadium.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just
it's
good luck in
not-
Tiger
Right,
Stadium.
and then the dude like it's
I'm bad.
so it doesn't
I'm bad.
the bad leg
My
doesn't
dad,
travel.
no one gets more mad about people joking about that than my dad.
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
can see him getting
he's
mad
like,
about
she's been to like a million games.
Yeah, he wants
She's
you
seen
there with
plenty.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's
a bummer.
sad. Yeah.
That's a bummer. That's all sad now. All right, when we get back, more OTB Key Block.
OTB, OT.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org. Your one-stop plumbing shop. Tell you every single day when you overthink it, don't overthink it. It's just that easy. Licensed, bond insured, flat rate pricing, great warranty coverage. Look, they are the best, man. I've been using them for years now. I don't think twice. Pick up the phone, and remember, doesn't matter weekend, weekday, holiday, 24/7 emergency service from Central Plumbing. Go there today, CentralPlumbing.org.
CentralPlumbing.org is the site. Remember, you can always call them, 225-925-8552, 24/7 emergency service. So no matter what time, if you're getting those 3 a.m. text messages from T-Bob, well, I mean, it's just so many. It's like plural and plural. That time. I said plural and plural.
Okay.
Yeah, I doubled it up. You don't have to worry about doubling it up with Central Plumbing. Just call one time, and they're going to make sure that you get what you need. 225-925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, you can get 3.99% financing on select 2023 models. And we also have a large selection of pre-owned inventory. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Not only did she tell us, but this young lady, stand up. And this young lady
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Walker.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Hey there, little buddy. What's the matter?
What's the matter? My windows, siding, and my door. That's what's the matter.
Relief Windows can fix all that. I got you. Pop, pop. What's up?
Oh my gosh, look!
Curb appeal. That's a good-looking neighborhood. ReliefWindows.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's that time again. It's heating up. Your boat's getting ready to come out and spend all summer on the water. It's time to take your boat to the next level.
Hey, it's on. Join me for a Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. We will get you ready finally for the LSU spring game and get you prepped up for LSU and Ole Miss in Oxford. Hunt Palmer Show on Friday, brought to you by Cork's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
With Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What's happening, y'all? Get ready to wrap up another week of hanging out with y'all. We love it so much. A cheers to you, Taylor, new member of the squad. I
didn't even say bye to Danny. He just straight up dipped out on me.
Well, it's been a little delayed because of just like life, but next Thursday, I do want to do a giant OTB Margs dinner at Superior.
Thursday's a big night for you. You like going on Thursday.
Well, I mean,
I kind of like Thursdays
but
too.
nobody wants to get drunk on Wednesday. There's too much week left.
No.
There's too much
and
week
then
left.
Friday's
Friday's
the
done.
weekend.
We just come, we show up and do this.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly. So no, Thursday's a day to do it. You can push through anything on
He
Friday.
also doesn't have snaps on Friday.
Oh, that's what it is.
That is true. That is true. But I mean, look, let's be honest.
I teach on Wednesday and Thursday morning, so Thursday feels like the beginning of my week. Like I'm done with teaching early, and then I'm in the weekend.
Everybody's weekend actually starts with Thursday. Like I don't care if you work full time on Friday, it still is kind of like whatever, you can push through it. Even though Jake's situation is a little crappy with certainly having the 3-hour show on Friday, right? But even when I'm going to hang out at Rouse's, it's just chill. You know, I'm already in a good mood.
Yeah.
You know? So I think Thursday night's the best night for.
I'm into Thursdays.
For March.
I've loved Thursdays since college.
And it can't
College
get
for sure.
too crazy.
Yeah,
which is the other
still,
part.
because you're still an adult person
Yes,
that has
exactly.
to do something
Exactly.
the next day.
So you can't just be like I was last Friday when I went and met up with Danny at midnight and ended up staying with him and freaking Mayo till like 3 a.m.
Oh, I saw that picture.
At Evangeline Lounge. Very fun. I learned how to dip my fingers into Rumple Mints and light them on fire.
Saw that.
It's not hard. You just
It's not hard.
You just
Please
dip
don't
your
try this
finger
at
into
home.
Rumple Mints and light them on fire.
Mayo was not about that life.
No, you're not.
And then they kind of challenged him, and then he pulled out the West Bank card real quick.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, lighting your fingers on fire isn't the smartest thing to have, so I'm not
Some
that
interesting NOLA boys, but everybody's just pissed at Zion was the theme of the night.
Yeah.
Everybody was just coming up to me and being like, "What's wrong with Zion? What's wrong?" I'm like, man, I know. I feel you, dude. I feel you, man.
Anytime I go out with a lot of people that are from New Orleans, and this might be everywhere, but I feel like there's like 4 or 5 schools that everyone went to, and they talk about it and fight about it every time.
Went on that night.
It matters.
Went on that night.
It matters where you went to school. It's
Mario,
like,
you can probably,
what are
it's Jesuit, Brother Martin, Rummel.
Rummel, those are the big three, honestly.
Danny was Brother Martin, right?
Yeah, they're both.
So was Mario, and Danny, and
Okay.
Brother Martin.
Holy Cross, maybe.
There were some Brother Martin partners.
Holy Cross
there
is
that
in
night.
Chalmette?
I think so, technically, yes.
Yeah.
What are you shaking your head
shaking
about,
your head
Taylor?
No, I'm just the private school life was never me.
Yeah.
I
went to public school as
Where
well.
you from originally?
Dude, I'm from the mean streets of Walker, Louisiana.
Okay.
The other day I said, "Are you from Baton Rouge?" He goes, "No, Walker." I'm like, "Bro."
Well, no, okay, yeah, but I thought you meant like, do I live here?
Come on,
no.
come on.
I'm same. I mean, in Starkville, it was silly to go to a private school. Like the better school was the public school option, and so I get here, and it's just wild to me the private school like the deal. You got to like figure. It's learning that is really.
I was a Livingston Parish public school, so.
Hell yeah.
Yo LP.
Hey, happy birthday to my middle daughter, Odette, who's turning 3 years old today. Okay, it's crazy, man. You know, it's like one thing I've learned. I feel like in parenting is people spout. And it starts when you first get pregnant, right? People spout cliches at you constantly.
Always.
What you find, though, in my experience at least, is that cliches are such for a reason.
Yep.
And it's because there's a lot of truth in there. And so everybody ends up yelling at you to the point where you're like, shut up. I keep hearing this. Like, it always ends up being
I know,
true.
it's annoying.
And absolutely, the fact that she's now already 3 years old blows my mind.
She and Grant are basically twins.
I know. Yeah, they're like a
days
day apart. Yeah.
You know, he might start sneaking in there, you know.
But be careful. I made that joke to Aaron Murray in the
I
SC
heard.
Championship. That's what happened to LSU, okay? Look, if Grant wants to
He does love Odie though.
Good luck.
Well, he does love Odie. He doesn't like. He talks about some of his friends. You know, he's 3. Like, how many friends does he have? But we did St. Patrick's Day or whatever, and the whole next day he asked if Odie was coming over.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
and he didn't even act that interested in her in real life.
Yeah, I didn't
Which
know
is
that.
some
That's-
real
that's like some I have a crush
some
type
actual stuff, you know.
Yeah. That's some definite I have a crush.
Maybe
type
Odie's
stuff.
name is easy to remember. I don't know, but
Yeah.
he was like super worried about Odie coming back.
That was my specialty as a chubby, pale, insecure kid, was like building up these crushes and relationships in my head with people that I'd never actually talked to.
Right.
Right? Yeah, but like in your head, you've gone through like an entire
Like Grant didn't
life
say
together.
one word to Odie the whole time.
Yeah.
The next day, he was real
chilling
worried.
in the wagon.
He was. No, that was Estelle. Estelle does a thing. He did
Oh, no,
for a
you
second.
held Grant like the entire time.
Yeah. Estelle has figured out parades. She knows she's cute. And so she knows that if she like does her little hand wave, people will be like, "Oh, a kid,
Yep.
here's some stuff." So she just sits in the wagon.
Yeah. Hey, come to me.
I know.
don't need to
I
come
mean,
to you.
eventually she's gonna reach an age where that doesn't work. But you know, I feel you.
Well, if
Work
anything-
smarter, not harder.
I got 3 now in double digits, by the way, because Hudson turned 10 on Wednesday.
that's
and it probably
right.
feels like it happened like right away.
Well, see, for me, it's all the children, all the boys. It's kind of different. Like I feel like some of them like just get so old so fast. I feel like Hudson was between like 7 and 9 for like 10 years.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
So it's
2
all
older
a little
brothers,
bit
so he
different.
probably reached 7 earlier, and then stayed at 9 longer. That makes sense.
Yeah, but Hudson definitely has the most swag of any of my children.
Wow.
It was on full display on Wednesday during his birthday. He never pitched. He's never pitched before
I think I saw this video
in his life, and he comes up bases loaded. He's got a full count. Never pitch, and throws one, and before it even crosses the plate, my man's running off the mound, doing the ice in the veins. The umpire tell me it's right down the middle, calls the strike. I'm like, this dude.
Oh my God, dude. He pulled
that's
the
him.
Swaggy P.
Dude, that's him though. That
he
is
pulled it off.
him. So yeah, shout out to Huddy Paul for turning 10.
You know, shout out to Grant, Huddy Paul, and Odie, all for having birthdays in the last week.
I know. What a good week.
That's cool. And
A good month.
What were we doing?
Nobody on 420. Yeah, exactly. Right. What's
You were
9
supposed to
months
though
before
on
right now?
420, right?
Yeah, Caitlin wouldn't
well,
do it.
As Grant wasn't due until May.
Yeah.
So like he
Hudson
wasn't.
May too, yeah.
A little stoner surprise there.
Little stoner surprise.
Hey, I do want to remind you to go to Page Plus Urgent Care. If you're not feeling good, you're feeling under the weather. This rainy weather maybe, gets you a little sick or whatnot. I feel like my parents would always yell at me if I was like ever outside without shoes when it was wet. My dad was like, "You're going to get sick." If that happens to you, go into Page Plus Urgent Care. There's locations all throughout the city now. The actual facilities are going to blow you away. Remember, for my business owner friends, Jake, listen, occupational medicine needs, be it like drug testing, even like Coast Guard exams, like any of that stuff, the Mid-City location has your back, and it's so above and beyond what you're used to when you're talking about these OcMed places. So Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com. Closing out the show next here on OTB.
OTB. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text TB to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Hi, I'm Brandon Landry, founder and CEO of Water.
Hi, my name is Dr. Craig Green.
This is Ryan Terrio with HUDCORoofing.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. No matter how big your commercial roofing job, HUDCO can help.
My patients come to me because they trust that I can get the job done at a high level. Ryan Terrio and Richard Tilley have the same level of trust when it comes to roofing.
If you have a roofing issue, call HUDCO Roofing.
Give us a call, 364-1007, and we'll come to your house and give you a free inspection.
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We're live from the Zurich Classic previewing LSU-Ole Miss in baseball and what to watch in Saturday's spring game. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Oh.
You want to correct yourself?
Yeah, Holy Cross, not in Chalmette. It's in NOLA. That's come to my attention. So sorry.
I've seen a lot of different places that Holy Cross is in the chat. Where is Holy Cross? I played Holy Cross one time in high school football in the playoffs. We played at Chalmette. That's the only reason I said that. So if I got that wrong, I don't know NOLA private school lore at all. I know we played Rummel every single year in the playoffs. Craig Stelton, you bum. We beat you all 4 years.
Wow.
I love you, Stelton.
Before I forget, this song reminded me. So I wish I could remember your name, and I'm so sorry. But no, the manager of Big Squeezy.
Yeah.
He is a listener.
Okay, hell yeah.
And
I love Big Squeezy.
the last time I was there, he goes, "What's the deal with playing that different version of the song?" I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Are you joking because you heard us talking about it?" He's like, "No, y'all are right. It's 100% that you're there." He's gaslighting
Thank you. I know. Okay, that is it. You're right. I always forget about the term gaslighting, and maybe it's because I'm not being gaslighted
Danny
too often.
loves to gaslight
yes, that
someone.
is true. Danny will just Danny lacks debate skill, and so when he's wrong about something, instead of coming up with some sort of
He's just like, no.
argument, he just lies. He just says like,
or
no,
points
that's
at
not
me.
the case.
Or
Yeah,
he does point out some flaw.
Like blames Mario. Yeah. So he just he absolutely
confirmed. He brought that up by himself. He was like, "Are you going to be there Friday or whatever?" The last time I was there, and I was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "By the way."
You don't just suddenly have like some sort of like horn pop in there, and I'm like, "What? Where'd it come from?" Hey, Ask the Bench is always brought to you by Cold Coors Light. Vizzy Hard Seltzer and Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus. We can't wait to drink some Coors Light tonight. And remember, go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download it today. Promo code Baton Rouge, $5 pregame moneyline bet gets you $150 in bonus bets if your bet hits. And that's for new customers with promo code Baton Rouge. All customers every single day of the NBA playoffs get a no-sweat same-game parlay in which you can get up to $10 back if that same-game parlay doesn't happen.
Michael says Holy Cross moved to NOLA post-Katrina.
Which makes sense because that would have been when you played them.
Chill.
Look, I was a senior in high school, okay? I know you're older than me.
I was a sophomore at LSU
I know
during
you're
Katrina.
older than me.
That was an old jab right there.
No, I just know how old I was.
No. I'm not saying you were coming. Just the entire situation. It's just.
That was
probably
2001, maybe. Yeah. Ryan Willis was on the team at Holy Cross.
Real quick, for DraftKings, you must be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Opt-in required. One bonus bet issued based on initial amount of losing NBA bet. Eligibility, wagering, deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms. Licensing partner Gold Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER 1-800-426-2537.
Who needs audition when you can just speed it up yourself?
Bam! Done and done. That's the week,
and we're
folks.
done.
We love you.
We'll see you Monday.
Have a great day.
Are you done with us?